Yeah, I don't have much to worry about. So we're going to make sure that stays close to you a little bit.
Okay.
Right about there. Yeah, every now and then I may move it. Dip, dip, dip. Yeah, listen to the words of this thing. What up, folks?
Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Grinding all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick, yeah, it's tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else. All of this greatness inside.
I love that intro.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty raw.
about grinding.
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
raw.
real simple. And it's a free video, so I don't have to pay for it. And that was just really cool. That was a God thing for me. Because, it literally said what I would want somebody to write.
It's a good hype song.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us on All About the Grind, episode 44. I'm sitting here with Chad Willsey. I almost put an L in there. Chad Willsey. The flatline truth of life.
Yep.
Because that goes, you can go anywhere with that.
Anywhere.
Yeah, we get to talk about a lot of stuff.
It all comes back to the same thing.
Yeah, we're going to get into, because I got some stuff I was watching. It's not you, but something tells me you've gone down this road. We're going to get into some really interesting topics. One is flat Earth. Okay, hang on. You may have to wait for a second before we get into that. I got questions. So, anything you want me to tag and put in the description so that they can go and link things, you and I'll get together tomorrow, and I'll give you my number, and you can just text it to me, and then I'll link it in the description so they can see it, and they'll be able to go visualize this and everything. Okay. And okay, so Chad, were you born down here?
No, I was born in upstate New York.
Oh, so you're a New Yorker.
Yep.
But you're not like city New York. You're like
upstate.
Upstate.
Yep.
Well, okay, I'm a Southern boy, so upstate to us is like, so it's like the hills and country,
mountains, and up there in glass country.
Y'all got inbredness like we got down here.
It's different.
Okay, it's different.
It's definitely different.
Ohio does.
I was raised here in the South, so I kept going back and forth, and I like the way the South is.
Yeah.
There's this
slower, or just kinder.
There's more of a hard line.
Ooh, yeah.
There's more of a, this is the way things are, and we don't tolerate anything else.
Yeah.
Of
course, I heard a saying recently that said we are one friend away from changing our lives, good or bad. And I had never heard that before. And from where you and I've come from, and where your bride's come from, it never has been truer in my life.
It's basically why our circle's so small now.
Yeah.
Because of
you guard it, don't you?
You gotta guard.
Would you say with your life?
You gotta guard your
Mama's
peace.
over there shaking her head. Yeah.
Move somewhere and get that whole circle gone.
Yeah.
If they're not, I read a passage that says you don't have to be godly to ungodly people.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And I was always trying to be nice, people pleaser, all that stuff, and I don't feel bad now that I don't put myself out there for certain people when they're never going to change.
Yep.
They don't want change. And so they're just sucking all the goodness out of somebody. Energy.
They take that energy and just, because you only have so much to give in a day.
Yeah.
I don't care if
you're Superman.
Superman.
You turn 50, it's a little less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you can tolerate less.
Yeah.
Because you have, less energy to give, kind of.
Okay, hang on a second, though. I'm going to challenge you on that a little bit. Because I bet you don't even believe that. Watch this. And we don't know it because we've said it so long because society tells us 50. Well, technically, if we did 13 months in a calendar, we wouldn't even be 50. I'm just saying.
That's true.
That 13 month is serious. We're going to get in a 13-month calendar tonight. That's the one I want to talk about a little bit.
The Gregorian calendar.
Did you know y'all are on a Gregorian calendar? Oh, that's going to be a good night. I just broke my leg. That means I'm pushing way hard because I'm like into it. It pisses me off. I knew nothing about this until about 6-7 years ago. But I felt it. I was always off. March is supposed to be the first month of the year. Spring, March, ties us into the lunar
Yeah.
and the solar and the biblical. He did the math. 42 months at 28 days a month, which is actually is equal 28 days in 13 months, makes every month 28 days.
Everything in nature is 28 days. Women's periods,
Menstrual cycles, lunar,
everything.
everything.
The
So
patches on a turtle,
Yeah.
13 and 28.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So the question is, why, if Julius Caesar was the first one to adjust, thank
that's
y'all,
where
thank y'all,
January,
Rome.
January came from.
Yeah, exactly. I knew he'd know. And so he's the first one to change it as they began to adjust. And then 1611, they changed the Bible.
King James.
No, that was 1700. This was 1611. I think it was right before King James. I think. If I'm wrong, tell me.
There was a couple of kings
Couple King
before
James.
him. There's like 12 or 13 kings that changed the
Yep.
Bible.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many.
And the question is, why would what big deal does it make? And I don't know that I know that answer just yet. I have a little bit of an inkling what I think it is.
Satan.
Well,
Taking you away from the real word and his real name.
yeah, Lucifer.
All of it.
Yeah.
It's all distractions from his word.
You know, there's
All of it. Drugs, everything you can put in life. Entertainment, all of it. To distract us from knowing that we are the center of this universe.
Yeah.
That's why Polaris never moves.
Yeah.
Never.
I didn't know that.
Polaris
never moves.
Never moves. You can look at it in the sky, it will always be there. If we're flipping around at 3 different speeds, around the sun, 1,000 miles at the equator, 66,000 miles around the sun, and we're ever expanding at 2 million miles in the galaxy, it's like,
How's that work?
why are the constellations in the same spot since the beginning of time?
If we are doing the expansion,
Or any of it.
right?
Spinning it all.
I told somebody that I was gonna be sitting down with a flat earther. I'm so excited about this. So I told somebody that I was going to, because I was excited. I told somebody I was going to be sitting down with somebody who believes in the flat Earth theory. Do you call it theory? Well, how would you explain? Well, okay, so I'm going to say flat Earth theory for right now.
Theory, yeah.
And she said, and she chuckled, right?
Gravity's a theory. People
Right.
don't realize that. Gravity.
Right. Well, here's what she said. She goes, "Oh, who fell off?" And I'm sure you've heard that when I could tell it was
It's not specifically flat like a disc.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? It's a container.
right.
We are contained.
Right.
We're not leaving.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah. And how would
The
somebody that would know
firmament.
how
He
would
divided
somebody
the firmament from the heavens. A firmament is what? Water, right?
with somebody with no technology know more about this universe than actual scientists that have more of a direct inclination of how it really works?
Here's one that got my attention.
Scientists.
Here's one that got my attention. Here's when I started doing my own research. And by the way, these are angled for them. So if your neck starts hurting, feel free to look up. You're not bugging me. Okay.
Okay.
So, I flew a lot, and you look at your flight patterns, and we've talked about this a couple times. I've already talked about this on here, and you look at your flight patterns, like if you're going to Japan or what have you. My son lives in Japan. He's in the Air Force. And you go here, and I'm no geographer. I suck at geography, so I'm going to go the wrong direction. Forget about it. It's just an illustration. And you go over here, and you go down here, and you go up here, and you go down here on a round Earth. But when you take that map and you lay it flat out,
Which is the
from
Gleasons.
Jacksonville to Japan is a straight line.
Yep.
And that was about 6 years ago. I'm always watching silly documentaries, but they're not silly. But I mean, of people like yourself who have passion and things I don't necessarily understand, but have heard many times. And I've heard about flat Earth. And I watched one where they tried to shoot a light. Did you see that? This was probably 10 years ago. They tried to shoot a beam, because their idea as flat earthers was if it's flat,
Then the two lasers will.
and something didn't work out, but the whole premise was to really make them look stupid. That's what I came away with. It didn't work. And so that was the most latest that I remember, and it was on not Netflix at that time, might have been HBO, Cinemax or something. But I mean, I was really interested. It was a green beam, and the idea was, and I think it went up or something. But
Probably from the refraction.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
You
know.
know,
And
'cause
I'm
when they
not I'm
take
not doing it
those-
justice. It was an hour long or an hour and a half long documentary. I'm just jumping in there at the very end, but I was excited. And because I know what the Bible says. I know the 13-month calendar makes a lot of sense. It ties in with everything
Yep.
spiritually, lunar wise, and interestingly enough, the number 13 is a spiritual number. It is a blessed number.
Mhm.
And what has the fallen ones done? They've made it the ugly Friday the 13th. Hotels skip
Skip
the 13th floor.
Yeah.
the button. They don't want the 13th floor in the elevator.
It's a taboo number. in
Yeah.
other
And by the way, I
countries.
always look over here, so please don't think I'm like, okay, good. I'm always staring over here as my brain's running. His bride's sitting over to the right. Next time, what we'll do is you can sit off screen, and I'll have a headset and a microphone over there, and she doesn't even have to be on screen, and she can juggle in and out. But we can hear you anyways. But trust me, we can hear women.
Her voice has got that
Soccer mom
it
voice.
pitches right through.
How many kids do you have? Two. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's
They live nearby or they live in the area? Mine are all over the place. They're going to be all over the place. Yeah. Palm Coast.
I'm scared for this generation because they don't have that hustle mentality, I guess you would say, that survival instinct.
Keep talking. This is not a bullshit meter. This is not a bullshit meter. They know about the bullshit meter. I broke my lead, so I got to sharpen it. Keep talking.
The survival meter in it is like
Keep talking. I don't know. I said it's
That
not a
does-
bullshit meter. I said this was not a
no, I
bullshit
know, but that does cut right through and
Oh yeah,
stop you for a minute.
oh it does. I've only used
Yeah.
it a couple of times. Anyways, it's fun to use it though. So one day, because we are authentic, so I don't look for it, right? But one day somebody's going to keep pushing my buttons, and we're going to go toe to toe verbally. Not like I look forward to, but I will not manufacture it. I even back away from arguments because that's not what this is about. This is about finding your story. And if I'm arguing with you, you can't get to your real truths because they're your truths.
Yeah.
And you got to have a lot of belief in the flatline theories. But I want to understand a little bit about you. So growing up, married father and mother, and I don't want to get too deep. If you push
pretty
me.
much, my dad was a truck driver. And,
Okay.
Left me alone pretty much my whole childhood.
Yep.
So
So you're about you're a little younger than me. So you were like
I'm 52.
Okay, I'm 55. So we grew up the same age.
Yeah.
Gen X, man. Come on.
I know, it's like a whole different.
We did good. Wait, no, you're not. You're right where you need to be with the winners. Matter of fact, all you politicians, listen to me. Even you Trump fans, I don't care how many people I lose and unsubscribe. These baby boomers need to move out of the way and let our Gen Xers get in here.
Yep.
We're good at what we do.
Pelosi, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody.
Schumer, all of them.
I just don't listen. And I don't care who's in office as long as they put America first.
Yep.
And leave me alone.
Yep.
And leave me alone. I like fair tax. It makes sense to me logically. It's like 15% no matter what you buy. So if you're rich and you go buy a $50 million yacht, you're paying 15%.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
You mean a flat tax or something like
Yeah.
that?
Did I say flat? What did I say?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
get it's okay. Okay. Well, okay. Flat tax. If I didn't say that, that's what I meant. The flat tax. And it made sense to me as we didn't have a TV growing up for me for like 12 years. And so all I could listen to was the radio.
Yeah.
And I only could do AM because my mama wouldn't buy FM because the devil was in FM. There's a lot of truth to that. I didn't understand it, but
I didn't understand it when I was a kid, but the more I get into the word, the more all of it makes sense. It really does.
yeah.
Because you're projecting those things with your voice, all the demonic lyrics and everything. The Bible says that the power of death, life and death are in the tongue.
Well, Okay, so we go deeper, sir. I mean, who was Lucifer in heaven? He was the angel of music.
Yep.
And I mean, the Bible says
He
that
ruled. He is the ruler of the whole world. It's the same person that actually, if you go deeper, his name was Godriel. Was the
is
guy,
that Hebrew or something?
Yeah, it was. He was one of the falling angels. That was his actual name. Was Godriel,
Hmm.
and he was the one. Yeah, I try to read some of the Hebrew stuff because it has more meaning behind the words.
I
and
agree.
stuff,
I agree.
You know, it's
But do you listen to religion? I mean, do you go to a church and everything?
no, I don't go to a
Okay.
church because they're too again what the Bible doesn't. If you read the Bible, it's like everything they do in church is really what it says not to do. Worshiping carved images and likenesses of anything from the heavens. And
Even
below.
the pastor gets put on a pedestal.
Yep, that's
No,
what
I
I'm
do go to-
saying.
I
The
do go to-
cardinals in Christianity, you got cardinals
Yeah.
and bishops. They're put up ahead above, and that's not supposed to take place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Listen,
not
all
what
I
it's
need to
about.
know is the Vatican is their own country.
Currency,
I got questions.
They've got their own currency, their own military.
Their own military, their own. I mean, the Vatican, that little old area is their
Yep.
own country.
They rule the
And
world.
Rome, back in the day, I mean, Julius Caesar and all that. I mean, and if you follow it and track it, I mean, its lineage is right there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying anything other than what. Hang on one second. Let me see. Your battery is running low. Don't do that to me. Hold, please. That means it came unplugged. Told you. Welcome to live podcasting. Let me call the technician. It's not plugged in. And it's not. Man, I do not want to lose this. Okay. Thank you, technician. Good to go. Thank goodness for that. I kept wondering why it kept beeping. I was saying my battery was low.
But all the little information that I try to find out here and there keeps leading me to the fact that there's something not right with what they've been teaching us. I'm not like convinced of all these things I say sometimes, but I know that the evidence is there. Like water, you cannot curve it unless it's got energy behind it and waves and
Right.
stuff like that. It always finds its level, no matter where you go. It always finds its level.
Explain that to me a little bit.
Say you were to pour water into a bowl. Lakes, rivers, anything have to have a container. Water has to have a container. It can't just be without any edges to it. When you look across the lake, oceans,
Right.
any of it, it's all flat.
Right.
There's no give or anything to it. So it leads me to believe that there's no way that gravity is holding this water to the earth, but is allowing planes to fly. That gravitational pull would be too hard.
So what holds water?
It's flat.
Okay.
This world is flat. That's what
Right.
holds it. It's kind of like in the Bible it states, like, one of those old time seals from when you put a letter in the
Keep
wax.
talking. That buzz is dry. You can't hear it. There's a buzz. It's driving me
Yeah.
crazy. Keep talking. I
The
know what it
wax, and when they seal a
hope.
letter back in the day, they'd put the ring down and it'd leave an indentation on the wax. That's how the Bible describes the earth's shape.
With a wax?
Yeah, one of those old seals that they put on a letter,
Yeah.
and they used to dip the wax, and they let the wax pour on it, and then they'd hit the seal. Well, that's how the Bible describes the earth is shaped, like it was a seal.
Is it like a verse in the
Yeah,
Bible?
it's a verse. I don't know the
Okay, that's
exact
okay.
verse, but
I'll
yeah.
look it up.
But yeah, that's how it describes the earth. And you know, it says the four corners. You can't have four corners on a globe.
Ooh, that's right.
You know, you can't.
What about the Arctic?
There's another, you know, why can't,
we go to the Arctic?
why can't we go past the 66 parallel? And that's an agreement. It's
By
an agreement with everybody.
that no one has ever broke. The
Ever
only
broke.
agreement that has never been broke is that I don't remember the exact name. I'll put a
You never see any satellite footages of the North Pole.
huh?
I have that verse for you. It's going to be Job 38:14.
Job 38:14.
And it says, "Take shape like clay under a seal. Its features stand out like those of a bridesmaid."
See, I'm not really smart, and I can't tell you the exact passages.
I'm the same
but
way.
I know the meanings behind them.
Yeah.
I know that there's certain truths that you can't.
Doesn't make sense, right?
It doesn't.
Did you know it at a
And
young?
I'm not smart. I'm not, you know, a scientist or an astronaut or
Me
a
neither.
pilot. I
Yeah.
can't even barely, you know, do math at all. But there's
Yep.
certain things like that Polaris thing. Once I heard that Polaris never moves in the night sky at all, ever, I can't get past it. How can you get past it?
I couldn't get past all the lining up at the pyramids.
Yeah.
I
mean,
couldn't get past the 13.
And they still those three.
Did y'all know that all the pyramids and I mean pyramids, all of them line up like on a. Is it the equator? Is it on the latitude? Whatever it is, it's mathematical.
mathematically, yes.
See,
Yep.
I'm like you. I don't
Well,
remember
there's
every little
three
detail.
stars in the night that line up with the Great Pyramid, and they're always still there. Every night you can see those. It's Orion's belt.
Yeah.
It's on Orion's belt or something like that. The three stars, and they line up with the three pyramids, and they still do.
So when did you get into this?
When I started reading the Bible and hearing the things and
And how long ago was
seeing-
that? I'm trying to get a time
With
frame.
my started my journey with sobriety.
Oh, so
It was
a
a both thing. It was, you
Yeah.
know, my journey with sobriety and my walk with God and trying to find out different truths to the Bible, because I'm a very cynical person. I always like to pick things apart, and I don't know why. But,
So
you
in
know,
sobriety, did somebody walk with you? Did you do
This
the
time-
traditional, like sobriety way of like going to NA, AA?
nope, not this last time. Yep. And we started reading the Bible and everything.
We can't partner together with this with being sober. We need to go ahead and split ways.
Yep.
So-
Because we would be a hindrance to the other person getting sober, and we knew it.
So y'all got sober on the same day? She should have had a mic this time.
Yep.
Same day.
Yep.
How long?
We meant that much to each other. I didn't want to lose her, and she didn't want to lose me.
March 23rd, 6 years ago, on your dad's birthday.
Yep.
Is your dad in your life now?
Yep. I'm actually his caretaker, hospice caretaker at home.
And y'all were divided in life for a time?
Divided in life, couldn't hold anything down, place to live, nothing. It was horrible. It was a nightmare. And now I have the most blessed
Is it a
life.
life you could have expected?
With mom for 19 years.
19
Not
years.
from where I came from. No.
Yeah.
It's not a life I could expect
Yeah.
from where I came from.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was any redemption in my life. I didn't think there was any salvation. I thought after, 45 years, I didn't get it right, and 20-some years of addiction.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like you don't see any light at the end of the tunnel.
Nope.
I see so much light at the end of the tunnel and things that are like, wow.
You know the greatest pain in my life? The greatest pain ever in my life is when I realized nobody really gave a damn. Now, there are things.
Certain
in-
levels to that, but yeah,
Right.
at the end of the day,
Right,
nobody cares about you like you
right,
or God.
right.
You know what
And
I mean?
but it forced me to do something. It forced me to pick myself up off my, by my bootstraps and the old
Right.
ways, and go, okay, I can't, he can, I think I'll let him. And that's when my life changed, is when I got weak. It wasn't when I got strong. I was strong. We can go through some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Y'all can tell some stories, right? I I was tough. 'Cause I
can't
would not
believe-
quit.
I look back at those stories and I'm like,
Yep.
from where I am now, I'm like, I can't believe it was even me, because my anxiety just looking at somebody like me nowadays, if I looked at myself, I would probably have a panic attack just looking at myself.
Did you have that
I-
prior to your, was it drugs or alcohol?
Drugs.
And it's only 2%
Anything
of
under the
people that
sun.
come out of it is meth addicts. We were on meth for over 10
Everything.
years,
Yeah.
Basically everything.
and it destroyed our lives. I mean, it literally ripped everything from our lives up from us. Like, we were flat bottom on our face. We were living from hotel to hotel room, and we own our own house now.
Yeah.
$500,000 house.
In 6 years.
Brand new Cadillac, you know what I mean? It's
a beautiful car.
I'm taking care of my father, you know? That's all God, dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you have men around you that surround you at church? I mean, do you?
No,
oh wait,
I
wait,
don't.
no, you don't use the church.
Really,
So it's y'all two that walked it.
Our support system, that's all. We don't know anybody here.
yeah, we just moved here. And that's kind of good too. We don't go all those haunted streets,
Yeah.
you know, because
Oh,
that can make or break somebody on a bad
Well,
day.
6 years, and as you're telling it, has been a happy 6 years, and an upward onward kind of thing. Have you hit struggles in the 6 years of sobriety?
Not really. Not
you
as
haven't
far
hit a
as
big
wanting
wall
to go
yet.
back, because we
No, not
were-
wanting to go back, but real struggles. Dad gets sick.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay.
But we're better equipped to handle those things.
So what is the tool?
It is, dude. I can't
What is it?
explain it. It's God. It's him.
You don't have to explain it. Let
It's
him
his
explain it.
serenity.
God answers all of our prayers in all of the situations that come at us.
Yep. His serenity makes me
Already
make
settled.
better
It's already
decisions,
solved
you
before
know?
we even have to face that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's not a God you're finding in church. You're finding in the Bible,
Yep.
studying it.
Yeah,
Just
taking care of my
one-on-one?
dad and you know, and his state now kind of brings life full circle.
Yeah.
You know, and I want even though we had a troubled past, me and my dad had, I wouldn't change the relationship we have now because it's beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm getting to take care of him like the father that he couldn't be to me, in a better way to show him I'm good.
Mm.
And
There's a mending that goes on with that.
all of it.
All of
It's
it.
beautiful.
Yeah, I see it in you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
chokes me up. It's beautiful.
Good.
I get to say.
Did you ever have tenderness before this?
Not
Before
really.
sobriety? Me neither.
No,
I was
really
cold.
didn't. Oh,
She's over there going,
I had no.
you
I
want
was
about
the
the
person with
she
no
would be the person that you would roll your window up.
yeah.
feelings. You would think I would be that.
We were the people you
Yep.
know, you rolled your window up if we walked by.
Yeah.
It was really that the transformation is.
I have family that are actively in it, that are
Yeah.
homeless and that are, yeah. And I've seen the destruction close hand.
Those ties with them. We're like, we love you, but you don't want to help yourself, and we've tried to help, and we just
Yeah, there comes a point.
affect our sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
At my worst, I think the best thing, and I hate to say this, was somebody forcing me to do it.
Yep. It'll never work.
Jail or something else is the only way that woke me up.
Yeah.
It really did.
Me
You know,
too.
I don't think that, and losing my family, the family that I built, not the one that God gave me, but the one
Yeah.
that I built, losing that, no,
Yeah.
can't do it. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like all these other factors in life, people with, like you said, family with addictions. How
Yeah.
how can you say no to family, you know, and not have them in your life, but they're toxic and, you know, they're toxic kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had to.
You never know what someone's going through. You never
really
do.
don't.
You never know. And I always wonder on my good days, because I am not spiritually fit on every moment of every day.
No.
You
no.
son of a bitch, get out of my way. But I often wonder what somebody's going through, if they're rude or, I wonder what they're going through that day. This was taught to me. It was not something I learned because I did have a mentor. He was a little 5'5" window washer. And I would go and call him, start bitching to him. And he'd go, I wonder what they had today that was really rough. And I go, what are you talking about? I never even thought outside of myself. I was so
Back in the
selfish.
day, I was like, what
so
a jerk!
self-
What a jerk!
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm like, wow, I could see it in his eyes. Today's a hard, you know.
Isn't it funny how many more problems came our way? It's like, I mean, there was always problems. Police, monies,
It was a
legal.
constant crisis mode.
Okay, there it is. Constant crisis mode.
I mean, I think that's why I have anxiety attacks now, because there's nothing there now. I have such a blessed, you know, chilled life that you can predict.
I know.
But-
I tell him all the time. I'm like, what are you stressing about with all of
It's
Okay,
because
hang on a
my
second.
body for years.
Let's
has
stop
been-
right here.
yeah.
Let's stop right here because I understand this.
Mhm.
The only way that I can explain it for me, I'm not explaining it for you.
Right.
Because I've never used the words PTSD. So there was supposed to be a military man that sat on here about 7 weeks ago. And he was the third military gentleman that, I want to be very careful what I say, because, and what I mean by this, be very careful, is I don't want to do disservice to military and PTSD.
My father doesn't have any legs from Vietnam, so I've been taking care of him for quite a while now. So the military is my life.
But
You know what I mean? They deserve all the honor.
they do. But the street builds a mentality of urgency and intensity that have done long enough. The way I explain it is you just burning the candle on both ends.
Yep.
And I have nothing in the tank left. And so, do you get the come around the corner and like you relive the moments in your head?
Yep. That's
Do you ever
why-
hear him go? Do you ever make noises when it's in your head?
Yeah.
Don't let me put words in your mouth. I
It's
truly
like
am asking.
I lose my breath.
Okay.
You know, that's what happens
Okay.
to me. It's like I relive that moment. I lose my breath.
Can
And
you
it's
see
like,
it? Is it a movie?
I taste it. It's everything.
I mean, are you like staring at a TV and all of a sudden you're in that moment and you don't see the TV?
I'm in that moment.
Okay, me
It's
too.
Right. It's like as if I was
Me too.
standing there that second, that day.
the knife is right there.
I can remember.
It's coming, and I'm like,
I can
get
remember the
goosebumps. Ooh.
thoughts that I was thinking at that time, what I was going to do. I mean, it brings it down to that exact.
Yeah,
And it never leaves.
yeah.
And to not, like you said, to put anything down on the military members and everything, but I've talked to doctors and they'll say 100% it's PTSD.
Yeah, I absolutely.
The streets will do that to you.
100%.
Me and her have seen all the bad things that you can see in war on the streets of.
Yeah.
on the
Now,
streets.
I do not take anything away as far as what
No.
I did was not for honor. It was not for
No.
country. It was not for
No.
God. It was
No.
for me, selfishness and
Selfishness,
self-centered.
yes.
So that's where I have
That's-
a hard time. But when you go ahead and separate that, the bubble above that, PTSD.
I had no honor at the time. I had no.
I
those
didn't love me.
qualities.
How could I love you?
That's why I'm saying those guys.
I
you
couldn't
know,
love you. I didn't know
no.
how to love me. I didn't.
I didn't want. I hated me.
Oh yeah. Well, because
And I
it was
hated the world
replayed.
because it was the world's fault. I was me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was like
the
everything.
victim mentality.
Oh yeah.
But the PTSD bubble,
Yes.
I didn't know whenever I would come out on the podcast. I think I've dabbled just a half a second on it, but for some reason we're talking about it, and I thank you for it. This is what this thing's about.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the PTSD, there's a bubble above. So the military and addicts, alcoholics, street. And it's not just
Right.
that. It's addiction of any kind. It's abuse in the house, whether it be physical, verbal, spiritually based. You know, spare the rod, spoil the child, or just some drunk that's beating the snot out of their kids. All that can develop trauma-based PTSD.
Well, how somebody described it to me, it was like.
And I'm not
okay,
a
you have
doctor.
all-
Talk
yeah.
to your doctors.
The doctor described it to me as like if you have somebody that's in trauma all the time, no matter what that trauma is, and then you take them out of it and you put them in a quiet life, their body's still reacting to trauma. That's not happening.
20 years after a man I knew that for 20 years after he got out of prison, he did 4.5, 5 years in maximum security. And we were talking one day and he threw his phone. He says, I don't know how to live out here. And it shocked me. I knew this guy. And I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, I didn't say it, but in my head, I'm going, what do you mean? You've been out for like 25 years, 20. He's been an active member of society, you know, in a lot of good ways.
The kid that I just grew up with just got out of federal prison after 5 years and found God and has changed his life. And we helped him get sober and everything.
Yeah.
And he's home taking care of his mom right now because of it, you know. And it's like we try to do stuff like that. It makes us feel so good, dude.
Well, you
When
know,
we used to help them people that we knew were in a bad way, and we actually see some light in their life. That's all.
be careful because you're actually talking about the 12th step of AA and NA, which is reaching out to the still sick and suffering.
Yeah.
And it's biblical too.
Yeah.
You know, and it is there's something about getting outside of me.
I want them to see that gift that I
Right?
felt. Dude,
Right?
dude. Because it'll change them and they won't look back. They'll that's
You
my
sorta
one
know what-
regret. That's my one regret in life. I didn't walk with God. He was always there. I just didn't turn my head.
Yeah.
I was always focused on all that other crap.
Yeah.
So,
Living in the now has been a great gift for me
yes.
because the past is full of regrets
Yep.
and the future's full of worries. But right now, in this moment with you and I, there's nothing but just good stuff. Yeah, you just living. And then all of a sudden, because I'm going through a lot, and all of a sudden, I mean, Hopek, David, I don't think y'all know him as well, but he and I were talking. He's seen everything, and he goes, Brett, because we might have a shot of getting out of all this. He's like, Brett, he says, if you get out of this, I have no idea how you did it. And I know how I did it. I don't know exactly how it all, I mean, I came up with the ideas and all that, but I was promised intuitive thoughts. They didn't come from me. This knucklehead brain can't come up with all this.
That's why I'm saying I
Sometimes
couldn't have
it's
done
like
that.
I'm
I
outside
tried.
watching me move. And I'm like,
It's
whoa,
like you're
Brett, that was
watching
smooth, dude.
I look at myself
Well,
like
because
I'm
I know where my
somebody
power
else.
comes from.
Yep.
And it ain't this knucklehead.
That's why I'm saying I look at myself and my situation like, how did that happen? Because I've tried with all my might and work and all the right resources, and it didn't work. I didn't even try this time with God in my life, and it happened, and I just giggle.
I think you
'Cause
just
I'm
said it
like,
right there.
And I giggle
When I am
because I
weak-
know it ain't me.
And it's in the Bible. When I'm weak, he's strong. And so in AA and everything, I go, I can't, he can, I think I'll let him. It's just a little saying they've said over the years.
Never met her mom in her whole life. She was, foster system, the whole nine. Never met her mom the whole life. 2 weeks ago, hey, how you doing? All these things just, they happen. When you're doing right and you're doing kind of what your father would want you to do, because he expects you it's as a son to do certain things.
Yeah.
If you start doing them things, even on days you don't want to, man, I'm telling you, your life will be blessed.
And that's where the real trickiness comes in because people believe it's a what you do type of a religious kind of mentality. And I don't think that's it.
No.
I think the doing is the motor and the action. Like for me right now with the stuff I'm going through, it is so tight in certain business decisions that I have to move my foot before he shines the light where I need to set it.
Right.
And that's scary. It's like I don't know what's in that darkness, and he wants me there because if he pointed me exactly where he wanted me for 15 years, well, okay, Lord, I got it now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it'd be easy. No, but I can't. I mean, the spiritual muscles you have today of tasting death. They always say church is for those who don't want to go to hell, but spirituality is for those who've been there and don't want to go back. And that's me. I've been there.
One thing that you can say is attendance doesn't equal obedience. Showing up to church don't do nothing.
Listen, knowledge, the devil has
Making
it and
sure
trembles.
you show up and saying, hey, I'm here, does not do nothing.
We're going to piss everybody off. I hate unspokens. If I've got a man in my life, like AA was my lineage. I'm not saying it's everything I do. I go to church and I spend time, but I also meditate and I work on my body. And I've lost 100 pounds since I got sober, and it came pretty quick because.
I'm glad you lost 100 pounds. I gained 100 pounds.
Okay, but I've heard that because you mentioned what it was. So meth, can really. The man that I know that's on meth is like, I think there's other things too, crack and things of that nature. Now listen, he may be off it now. I'm out.
We weren't just, we didn't
Oh,
do
no,
just that.
yeah.
Whatever had.
Yeah, I was blessed. That never was my issue. And even alcohol, I never woke up, like shaking, needing alcohol. I was a binge drinker. Like when I went out, if I started drinking,
Drank until you
I didn't know
couldn't.
when I was going to stop. Some days it would just be some days I'd actually go home 3-4 beers. But I mean, early on, that's how it started, and then later on in my drinking career, I never went home with 3 or 4. That was what I was warmed up with.
Oh, yeah.
3 beers and 2 double shots, and then have me a beer sitting there, and I'd start sipping. That was the first 10 minutes. Yeah, I was 305 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even go out till 11 o'clock at night. We'd wake up at 10 o'clock at night just to go out at 11.
And see, I was a workaholic too, though. And
Yeah, I drove tractor trailer for 20 years, so it was like I'd get home and it was just whatever I couldn't finish, and I had to get back in the truck and do another month of it. So it was like I'd get home and it was
so
bad.
what after sobriety, I mean, did y'all detox alone? Wow.
Yeah,
That's some
much.
hard
That
stuff
was
to come
in
off of.
in a bad
Did
hotel.
you use Suboxone and all that? I mean, you cold turkey?
Yes, and I tell this to everybody.
Hang on a second. It's what?
It's not like pain pills. It's more of catching up on the sleep that you haven't had for years.
Because
Being in a dark room and just sleeping.
yeah.
Yeah, there's not like such a physical dependency.
And see,
like
I
you
think
would.
that's the danger of it, is that there's not that physical dependency. Even crack,
There is
right?
now, because when they put fentanyl in it, there's
Ah.
that physical opioid dependency.
Yep.
So it's not even really meth anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not even what we started doing, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
15 years ago. It was a totally different drug itself.
Right.
And started doing it driving tractor trailer, really.
Yeah. Your dad did?
I did.
Oh, you died
Yep, on my dad's birthday.
on your dad's birthday. How long were you dead? What day did you die?
Yeah, March
What year?
23rd. 6 years ago,
So 6 years ago. So 2019?
2019.
Look at me doing math. I did good.
Yeah,
2019.
So it was like
so how long were you
when I
dead?
seen,
Was it an OD?
yeah,
They
yeah,
told me that it was crystal meth and it was straight pure fentanyl.
yep.
I was at the
Straight fentanyl.
and he died.
Was it off the street?
Yeah. The thing with that is when I looked at my dad's face, because my sister passed away on my mother's birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
heavy.
how. Yeah, I looked at my dad and I said, "I'm done. I'm
How
sorry."
long ago did your sister pass away?
Yep, 2010 at 28 years old.
Was it drugs or alcohol?
No, it was 2014. Yeah, yeah.
2014.
And I couldn't even show up because I was in my
The
addiction.
funeral.
Yeah, I was in my addiction. Didn't even have the way to do it, let alone, you know what I mean?
The
I was just-
desire.
I was that much of a bum.
That's what I mean. You didn't have the means or the desire.
Yeah, I was just I was a bum. And that's why I hope that, somebody might not look at it that way, but I hope somebody takes somebody that's in that situation and does something and forces them to do it. Because if they can't do it for themselves, do it for somebody else, and then it'll grow into something.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I have 3 sisters, and
Younger? Or?
yeah, they're all younger.
So you were the oldest?
Yep.
Did it strain you
All
from
of us-
everybody?
all of us have battled with addiction too.
Hmm.
Every single one of us.
Do you think it's hereditary?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you get your grandfather's color of his eyes. I've never even hung out with this person. Like her son, they just met. They do the same exact things, and they've never lived in the same house. They do actions. They
Right.
say things. They're just
Mannerisms.
mannerisms.
Yeah.
I think that transforms over to mental.
Yeah.
Your brain is made up with. all
Watch how
those
this
materials.
cycles in. I'm believing stronger and stronger into energy, into
Oh, yeah.
and into frequencies. and different frequencies stand for different things. Like the 888 hertz, the 1111 hertz.
Yep.
Um,
Well, the cathedrals they make were all built on for sound.
yes.
They hit a certain tune, a
Yes.
certain frequency.
Well,
They knew something we didn't.
What do you think when the Bible says that God spoke it and it became? I mean, that was vibrations.
It's energy.
It's energy.
Pure energy.
Pure energy. That's pretty cool. The other thing is the Yahweh and the breathing.
Oh, you finally brought it up.
It's
The breath of life.
The Hebrew. Okay, this is I have to do it.
Do it. Come on with it. This is exciting.
It's
man.
not
I love this.
Yahweh. Yahweh is a pagan deity.
Okay.
A pagan deity.
Educate me.
There was no E back then.
Okay.
Another thing is.
So how would you
Yod, Hey, Ua, Hey.
why?
This is the tetragrammation from the old Paleo Hebrew. The first Bibles, basically. It's Yod, Hey, Ua, Hey. And that comes out to Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
And the reason why it's I am salvation in Hebrew, okay? The Yah is I am. When Moses asked him who he was, he goes, I am that I am,
Yep.
right? In
Yep.
Hebrew, that's Yah. I am. I am salvation, Yahuwah.
When did you learn Hebrew?
I don't really know Hebrew.
But I mean,
I just started.
when did you begin to understand it? Last
I
6
don't
years?
know. Yeah, just
What is up with you? I mean, you're like,
something's drawing me to this to learn the truth.
Run
Because
to
I
it.
can't be like everybody else. I
Ru-
can't do it.
Run to it.
And I'm pulling these pieces out and these truths that
You're not
can't
crazy.
Be, that can't be. You can't change it. You know, there's a reason why it's all in Hebrew. He says, I will make a perfect language because it's like the numbers mean something. Like I said, Yah, Hua, I am salvation. I came in my Father's name and you did not receive me. I came in another and you received him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How Jesus is not dudes. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah.
There was no J and E. Look that up. 500 years.
No J and
J and
E.
E, 500 years old.
Yeah.
It's only 500 years old. So everything starts with a Y, and like Yashrael is Israel. Yaakov.
Huh? Oh yeah. What I would do is make sure the bottom is unlocked and then push it down and you'll see it pop out. Or just put the cone there where it blocks it and leave it open.
Yeah, when you look at the Hebrew names, and they're all in Hebrew, they all have Yahuwah at the end of it because they're all Yahuwah derivatives. You know, a lot of people don't know that Adam and Eve weren't the first people on this planet either. They're like, oh, Adam and Eve, the first people. No.
Who
They
were?
were the first. They were the first of our kind.
Gotcha.
You know?
Oh, so aliens? Do you believe?
No,
Are we into aliens too?
No, because they say extraterrestrial.
Right.
Why isn't it outer terrestrial? Extraterrestrial means extra
Right.
land.
Right.
I think there's lands. That's why we can't go beyond the 66th parallel that we can't go to.
Very interesting.
They don't want us mixing with something. I truly believe that.
I mean, I will tell you this, back to the 66 parallel. Why is it
Maybe we're a damaged product. We're we're unfixed.
they messed up on us? That's awesome. We're the
Hey.
black sheep the black sheep race.
Why isn't there a South Pole? If there's a North and South Pole, the South would pole too, right?
Right.
Or no, it only goes to the north because there's only one rock in the middle. It's called Rupus Negra, black rock. And
Rupus?
Rupus Negra.
Negra. Yep.
It's black rock.
Latin.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, come on, the biggest company in the world's called BlackRock.
Right.
I mean, blah blah blah. Before it was, I mean.
Okay,
all the
so let me
signs
ask
are
you
there.
something.
The signs, there
okay.
are signs
You're
everywhere.
You're tipping on something.
The word hallelujah,
Yeah.
praise be to Yah, in Hebrew. People's been saying that since the beginning
Right.
of time. They don't even know it.
So what do you do you believe the Bible, like the Revelations and all that, the end times?
I believe in the entirety of the Bible and everything.
What about the 5 books of Torah and all that?
5 books of Torah are the same they are in the Bible.
I mean,
the first 5 books.
I'm sorry, the
Tanakh
lost
and all them.
Yeah.
That's where, I know
Because they
the
piece
Orthodox
together-
Jews, the Orthodox
Yeah.
Jews, they sit there and they swing and they're they're humping the air, and actually they're having sex with their deity, a woman deity, and that's why they're doing that.
Wait, now say that again. Wait, back up.
You got to get into that.
Okay, back up. Whoa.
Orthodox Jews, when they're standing there next to the wall.
There goes the Orthodox Jews. Bye-bye.
I'm sorry.
Now listen, I'm not saying I agree. I'm just taking this information down. Y'all
Putting
do your
fact
research.
out. Yes, I'm putting fact out. I'm
Yep.
not saying anything good or bad about it. I'm saying this
Orthodox
is fact.
Jew, any Orthodox Jew?
I think the ones that are sitting there with the curls and they're sitting there and they're rocking back and forth. When they're rocking back and forth, they're literally having sex with their deity. It's a woman deity. I don't know the exacts on all of it, but I know that's the...
Wow, that's a heavy, man.
Yeah.
Wait, woman deity. I'm trying to get this down. Golly.
Not to mention,
Golly.
there's in Islam and in some Jewish things, it's kind of like, I don't know. They do something with when they circumcise a boy.
But what
It's
does this
kinda
do
weird.
for you? I mean, like, where do you go with this? Is this just more validation for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it is more validation.
I
It
mean, do you
pushes
try to
me in
fight
a
this
different
stuff?
direction, because what I believe in isn't totally Christian and isn't totally Judean. You know what I mean? It's kind of like in the middle.
Right.
It really is, but you need both.
You feel crazy sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people, my neighbors, are like, "Oh, flat Earth, you're crazy. Look at what NASA put out today." I'm like, "Really? You're just going on base of what Stanley Kubrick? Let's talk about that guy in the moon landing. I mean, he ran that whole thing."
Okay, so we've talked about this on here. There's the video of Buzz Aldridge with the little girl that she was asking whatever question she asked, and he leaned forward and he's like, "Well, sweetie, it's because we never went."
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That
on.
part.
Yeah, and I keep saying I'm gonna put a link, and I have not. With this one, I will. I'm gonna put
How
some
can
links.
you take off from a place with no infrastructure and no engines? It didn't have an engine. When you watch that pad launch, it just goes pop and goes straight up. That's because Stanley Kubrick had a crane and pulled up they showed how they did it and everything, because he was already filming.
Kubrick, you spell it like
Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick, you think?
K-U-B, yeah.
RICK.
Yeah, he was the guy that did all the
What is he, like,
best
Hollywood?
movies. Oh, he was top.
Oh yeah, he was
He's
Hollywood.
Like,
Okay,
he's like the guy that made like Star Wars back then.
right.
All
That's
the
right. I
sci-fi
remember
guy.
that.
All the sci-fi stuff, he came up with it. You know what I
And
mean?
I
And
have-
if you look at some of the old footage of the news footages and stuff with the tether coming out,
Okay,
and the
I was
guy
about to say that.
flapping around,
Yes.
it's like,
Yeah.
come on.
But how do you make sure that you're not drilling down a rabbit hole that some AI is creating?
I've pulled myself down in some rabbit holes.
Yeah, you've made some
and-
mistakes.
Yeah.
You mean
Yeah.
in believing stuff, and then you.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
yeah.
So you have to allow yourself the liberty to change your mind whenever you like.
Yeah.
That's a
But
powerful
there's
tool.
constant things. I've still not told myself that it's not flat. Every day is another thing that I find. The sun and the moon and the sky are always the same size. Different sizes, different spaces of time that they're in, the whole nine. It's just, it don't make sense.
But you haven't gotten past to them what is past the 66 parallel. I mean, like, do you believe the Bible has any hints in that?
The Bible says, and I'm starting to believe from the Bible that actual, Israel,
Are you getting this from other
Israel
people as
wasn't-
well?
Yeah. Israel isn't, I go out there and I type in things and a video will come in and I'll look into it and I'll be like, yeah, but then I'll see another video or some information that totally throws
But let me
that
ask you
out.
this: do you go and like make sure that it's a reputable
Yes.
news
I
source? and-
follow a rabbit hole until it's
Right.
reputable.
Until it
and I
gets
only
to-
take the reputable things,
Right.
And things that
Because there's
I
enough of
know.
it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do the same. I don't want, if I don't recognize the news sources, I need it to get to colleges and them have the studies and there's enough John Hopkins studies in science and things of that. You know, like somebody that's really
But there's
reputable.
a lot of science now that's also misleading, you know, and I'm like, wow, they're just pumping money and saying these things because nobody can really prove otherwise. Think about it.
And okay, so I believe that in a lot of ways. That makes sense to me because doctors, they can only teach what they were taught.
Yeah.
So Gary Brecka, and I've mentioned his name 1,000 times. I should get money from him. He's helped change my life with breath work and salt and grounding on the earth and first morning lights. And I was like, cold plunges in my pool. Like right now it's cold and, you know, getting in the pool in the morning or in the late evening.
And that's why that calendar in the Bible is so mentally, it even tells you in the Bible that the reason why he set up spring as the first of the year, because it mentally gets you ready. When you see spring and it's the first of the year, it physically does something to you.
Yep.
Why do we drag it out? And then towards the end of the year, we're like, oh, and then we're at a new year, you know, and it starts off drabby.
Yep.
Kind of puts you in a funk.
Yep. Because we're at the end of the year. January, February, we're at the end of the year.
Yep.
Well, there wasn't even a January. It wasn't even called January.
Well, you would think the end of the year would end with coldness.
Yeah.
And then start off with fresh. You know, that's why, you know, and another thing, word April Fools come. Now it makes sense. April Fools, April 1st. Because they really thought Jesus was born December or no, April
Right.
1st.
Huh.
And that's why they called it April Fool's Day.
Yeah. But what do we, I mean, so like the flat earth, how does that adjust? I mean, you spend time understanding it, but we're not going to get the world to believe it, are we? I mean, is there a date?
I think because of people, I didn't think this 5 years ago, I would have laughed at you. You know, I would have like, really, dude? I mean, come on. Everything, you know, video games, everything is globe earth.
Yeah.
But then I looked into it, and we didn't have that globe concept till 1921, and Paramount Pictures came out with it.
Yep.
It was on their advertisement, and that's where the globe earth came in. Literally up till 1921, pretty much navigational maps, everything.
We're all flat.
They have a Gleason's map. Why would they have a Gleason's flat earth map unless it's true? You know, they could fake things, you know, like they do, but why would it be the context of what everybody... When I have a boat without GPS, I want to know I'm going to get there, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I better be right.
So wasn't it like 1954 the map changed, the Arctic changed, and like 1954 the maps went from the Arctic being, or 1952, something like that. The Arctic went from being
56, I want to say 50s.
It was in there.
Yeah.
Went from being really big to now you look at the Arctic on a
Yep.
map and it's really small.
Yes, they've had one boat.
I'll
back
find out
in-
what year it was.
One boat, they had a World War II boat go all the way around, and it's not the circumference. It's literally, it was like 24,000 miles or something like that, which would be.
Is this
the
documented?
Arctic's- yes, it's all Arctic's. I only get these facts because I've seen or read.
Was it
from
a submarine or a ship?
It was a.
you know? Like, it was a U.S. ship?
Yeah, I think it was a U.S. ship.
I'm gonna try to
It was a-
fact
it
check.
was a-
I'm gonna
it
try
was
to
a-
fact check
yeah,
some
it was
of this.
a.
U.S. ship.
They were in
y'all
cahoots
help.
with each other. There was like a. They were in cahoots with each other. It was like a NATO type.
Oh, I
deal.
got you. Okay, so like
know?
a multinational kind of a integration.
Yeah, and they
'Cause they're all-
circled all the way around to try to disprove, because they were saying if they proved a certain point was only a certain amount of miles, it threw it all off. So they tried to do it in that amount of time, and it was like it took twice as long and all this other stuff, and they still, like a month later, didn't show up. You
So
know what I mean?
anything.
So it was
So
like,
I'm not real trustworthy because of the government. I mean, the Tuskegee experiment, they pumped over 2,000 African Americans full of syphilis to see what would happen.
My dad, in fact, before he
That's factual. You can look it up.
Yeah, my dad was the one that got them all their new beds in Montgomery, because he
Oh, really?
seen the way they were. They were being mistreated. They had bad bunks, everything. My dad
Really?
took a news crew in Montgomery, Alabama, to say, hey, you need to treat these vets better. And they got a new bunks and all that stuff. That was back in the 90s.
Wow.
So, yeah, my dad did stuff like that. He was very vocal with when it
Okay.
comes to...
So let's stay on this flat earth for a second. Do you believe there's those that have gotten to the end, or to what we would know as where they were? There's got, if they have flat Earth and they don't want us past something, the 66th parallel, then they would have to have some kind of defenses to stop somebody.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
You can't go in the Antarctic.
You'll be military shot. I mean, they have fishermen. They have them all the time.
That's true.
That are taking videos now because they're trying to disprove the flat or trying to prove the flat Earth theory and the 66 parallel things. And they're taking now that video's out, you can't lie. It's really hard to lie.
So
And
what are
when
they
there's
getting
so
video
many-
of?
They're getting video of them trying to go past and the boats chasing them down. The different countries chasing them down
Okay.
so they don't go any farther.
Okay, past 66.
And they're like, well, if that's not the case, then why are these military boats chasing us down at the 66th parallel and telling us
like fishing boats?
fishing boat, these
Yep.
guys will go out, surfer dudes on this boat and try to get past them. And these military boats from Korea, China, and all of them will all converge on them and say, you better stop or we're going to,
Where is the 66th parallel? Do you know? And if you don't, that's okay.
I don't know the
Okay, that's
exact-
okay.
But
So
I
when you
just-
say parallel, well, because you're talking flat Earth, so it would only be a left or a right, correct?
Yeah.
So
it'll be
there's
yeah.
so the North Pole is probably up there somewhere, because the South Pole
Well, the North Pole's
they'll-
already
they'll-
known. It's the Rupus Negras up there. It has the black rock. And
I'm
it
sorry,
has
the South
4
Pole.
Yeah, the South Pole.
So it's really only
I
one
think there's
pole.
something out there. They did just. I mean, where would you hide if you were something else? That
Well, I
were
do
far
know
more
this.
advanced.
Okay.
Far more advanced and far more everything. Where would you hide that people like us couldn't find?
Yeah, I
Right
do
there
know
or
that-
underwater?
I agree. Yes, I agree with that too. I do know this, that they have put every plant, every species of plant, corn, food, the seeds, every flower has been put in the Antarctic, and that is part of the treaty. And this is all, you can look this up. I'll try to find a link to put in there, but I did some research on it a while back, and they have bunkers where they save all these seeds in case there's
Case
an end of the
there's- yeah.
world.
Yeah.
What do you know? And what do you know? There's bunkers there where, just like the movies, nobody pays attention. Listen, all I'm saying is, I have questions. I have questions like about what you've talked
I've
about.
had
Very exciting,
questions,
right?
and I ask myself it, and I keep ending up with more questions.
Right. But
what I mean?
I think we do solve some of them. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That would-
how
and it
do
all-
they make a movie about Transylvania, Pennsylvania, an oil spill that blows up in Transylvania 2 years before they actually
Oh,
in
there's a lot of-
Transylvania, Pennsylvania, there was a train that went off and spilled exactly the way that this movie did 2 years prior. All I'm saying is, how did that happen?
Because I think movies get the masses ready for what's real.
Okay, now we're getting into something.
Because
How
the
do you and I
CIA,
think?
the
Okay.
CIA runs Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Nothing can be produced.
You can't make. Nope. You can't produce nothing. You
That's
can't
true.
do nothing without CIA.
That's true.
written
Especially
permission.
military.
Yep.
All military movies have to be run through. I mean that's common knowledge. That's nothing. That,
Look at the stuff that average Joes like us know. I mean, if you really picked my brain, I could tell you military things and all kinds of stuff, and I'm nobody. Imagine what really going on.
that's what I'm
There's-
saying. If the B-52 or B-2, what is it? The big funky looking B. I should know. My
The
son's in the Air
stealth,
Force.
is it the,
Yeah,
the
the stealth.
stealth?
If the stealth was out
B-52
25,
bomber?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
B-52. I was right. If the stealth bomber was out,
That's been out for a mad minute now.
and so that means it was 25 years before it was made. What do you think's out right now?
oh,
I mean, flying saucers, things that can zip,
Just-
zap,
oh, yeah.
time war. I mean, I don't bending of time. I don't know.
I think
I do know this. Hollywood is pretty eerie.
something's going on with Trump's travel, though. Did you notice how far and fast he's getting?
No.
Just saying.
No, really.
Oh my God, he went to 3 Asian countries yesterday and still handed out candy on Halloween night.
Hmm.
Wow.
You're getting really deep now.
Wow. He
Yeah.
did that in one day. He
Yeah.
stopped off in China. He stopped off in North Korea, or not North Korea, South Korea.
Right.
He went somewhere else in Malaysia, and then he was there within 15 hours home handing out candy at the White House.
Wow.
Wow.
That man's a worker.
No, I'm just saying, what kind of plane is that?
Yeah.
That ain't no, I mean, they fly like 600 miles an hour top speed at the best.
It's so you're saying it's mathematically impossible for
He's
him
got
to
a
do that.
badass plane that they're not telling you
Oh,
about.
you're saying it happens, but he gets there so fast.
Oh
There's
yeah, he's got that. They're not letting you know what that plane can do.
heard.
Yeah,
I have seen some things that show the defenses, the basic defenses on that plane, on the what are they called?
Air Force One.
Air Force One. Thank you. Told you I'm a simple guy. Air Force One. So what
It
we
takes 24 hours just to get to Malaysia and them other countries, down in the Asian countries. Like
you're
my
right.
dad, I mean,
You're
he's
right.
like,
I know my son
really?
goes to Japan.
So
you're
you
right.
had
I'm sitting there thinking.
three meetings and then went out at 80 almost 80 and handed out candy that night.
Okay.
Man, you got a bad plane.
And you're sure that's his schedule that night?
That was a 24-hour schedule. His 24-hour schedule. He had 3 drops in Asia and then was. I'm like, wow.
It just doesn't add up.
The time frame wise doesn't. So you believe it's something as simple as that plane can get it.
Yeah.
Mach
He's
Mach
doing
8 ain't
something.
what. Yeah.
He's got something
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. I mean, you're almost talking Star Trek. Like this thing can zip.
You're talking 900 to 1,000 miles an hour on a jumbo jet. Yeah.
And does that thing even shift,
They
morph
said,
into a different?
Yeah, they said it can handle up to 900 miles an hour, and I'm like thinking, no, it can do way more than that.
If they're telling you 900, there's probably something
Yeah,
there.
and how much is the average? You had your flight buddy in here. Was it like 400, 500, 600 miles tops? You know, I mean,
Very interesting. I mean, our country lies to us. I mean, every government, they're not
They
telling
do.
us the truth. The food table, to me, going to find out it's upside down. I mean, we shouldn't, the way they were training us.
our neighbors are straight from Africa, and we get their take on things, and they will not eat anything from here unless it's
yes.
they peel the fruit, they wash the fruit, it's meat, they prepare it, they cook it before they do anything with it. They don't have any preservatives, no sugars.
I'm going to start buying a half cow.
That's what we were just talking about that like 2 days
Let's
ago.
go half and half, and then you take it to a butcher and let him cut it all up, and you freeze it like you would. I'll absolutely do it. It's like I think it's like $400, $500, and then you take it to a butcher. Or butchers will do it for you.
Yeah,
Tell me
we
you
were
want a
talking
half a
about
cow.
that the other day. We were trying to
Just make sure it's a grass-fed cow.
yeah.
Yeah, Brazil is where it was the first place that I ever had grass-fed beef.
And that's where they're gonna. I'm telling you, that's where the cattle is gonna.
Yeah.
They're number one in cattle right
Well, they've
now.
already taken over bull riding. I mean, that last 10 years, 15
And,
years.
let me tell you,
They're awesome.
They're wiping out surfers left and right. They're surfing in Brazil and Venezuela. They're number one now, dude.
Oh,
it used to be
gotcha.
like once in a while you'd have somebody
Yeah.
from Brazil.
Yeah.
Nope, they're dominating the women's
Yep.
and everything. So.
Brazil's a huge country. It can hold like 25, 30 North USA's in it. It's a huge country, but it's a military state.
It wouldn't exist without the dust from the Sahara Desert.
The Brazil?
The rainforest and all that.
Yeah.
The natural fertilizer for it is the crustaceans that were on the bottom of the Saharan desert. That's why we have pink sands at night, because that current flows over at the right time, and that's the fertilization for all of the rain.
How far away is the Sahara Desert though from?
I think it's like 4,500 kilometers.
So how
from
did it get
Brazil.
there?
Oh, that's through that jet stream. The clouds.
Oh, so it
Why
picks
they
it up.
say pink skies at night, sailor delight.
Yeah.
Because that convection comes over from the Sahara Desert, and you see the pink sands from the old dead crustaceans. Because Sahara Desert was all underwater at one time. Every 10,000 years, it'll be underwater.
So
we're on
Florida's,
like the
Florida's going under.
Oh well, yeah.
I've always known that.
But I mean, you see, there's no melting of the glaciers, and we're not going to flood because of that. The Bible says the waters came from beneath.
Yeah. And all
Marianas
these springs.
Trench and all those
And all
places,
these springs
yeah.
we have, all these natural springs that are
Yes.
here. What a coinkydink.
Oil's the same way. That's not.
So-
I don't believe those are dead animals that were collected and all the runoff from
Right.
dead animal. I mean, really, we're
Right.
pumping out.
I've often
gallons.
where the fossils turns into fuel. I was like, that never made sense to me.
It just don't.
They don't. So
And
you
that's
think
the
there's
reason
pockets of
why-
fuel?
That's the reason why I look at life on everything. Christianity, all of it. I look at it like, man, if it don't feel right, and it just, you can't make sense of some of these things.
So, but hang on a second. So you think there's like pockets of fuel? I
I
mean,
think
like
there's
raw,
rivers of oil.
like an
under-
aquifer, like
Yep.
our aquifers. Yeah, there's oil
Yep.
ones. That makes sense. It. Do you believe that Russia does have the highest natural minerals and things of that nature? Have you heard that? I've heard that. That
I think Ukraine does, but I think
that area.
we're trying to find who's got the better take on it right now, so we can control that and then get our resources together here on our. We have all that right here.
I know.
We can
All
get
the
it from-
oil in the world
from
we have.
Venezuela. We
Yep.
can get all those natural, and they said they're not rare earths because they're not rare, but they're rare because of their, making them.
So what does this tell us, though? The flat Earth. Let's say flat Earth is absolutely true. I mean, is it now? It's just what's past the 66, and how do we get there?
I think every time that we're going to.
I mean, if you knew factually that was there, which I know you believe it, but you
Right.
haven't actually gotten there. Well, I guess you do believe it to that point because you've seen people.
I'm one of those people. I still speculate.
Okay.
I could be totally wrong, and they could
Yeah.
find something totally different.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I know if I take those truths to me,
yeah.
you can't disprove those in any way. Like the Polaris thing. I'm not good at math like you.
Right.
I am not scientific.
Yeah, I'm not good at math.
I don't know, all
Right.
these things in life. I'm still learning a lot at 50. You can't get past it.
But sometimes those with the most traumatic lives have an ability to tune into certain things afterwards. I've seen it in my life.
And now I know why, because God made us soldiers to see through that. He lifted the veil. And when somebody says when he lifted the veil, that clicked. Because all these things, in my addiction, I didn't care. Somebody would have said, hey, the sun and the moon are the same size. I would have been like, whatever, retard. Why you would even,
Right.
like, I care about that. My
Right.
wife sometimes listens to me talk and's like, that doesn't pay the bills, dude. Like all these facts.
Right.
All, what Trump did yesterday.
Into you, I was like, look, there's somebody
Yeah.
you can talk to about this.
Yeah.
And actually get it.
Yeah. And not bug her because she doesn't care at all.
It's gonna change tomorrow.
Now you can tell them, hey, listen, go watch the podcast again,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
We'll get them on here again, too.
Go
We're nowhere
call
near
Brett.
done.
Call
Yes,
Brett. I
absolutely.
am not.
But
You're actually breaking him out of his shell.
I love it.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
had to, because it's like, like I got so stuck in that shell
Yeah.
from keeping the world at bay.
Okay, so I had to be careful. So we can overload. And I've had to take a step back. I don't watch news. I watch the basic, but I have my own way of finding my news. I don't watch the basics, whether it be Fox News or CNN. I mean, they're both slanting hard one way or the other, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just my
so
opinion.
you'll miss
you know.
the substance.
We're trying
if-
to
if
piss off
you're-
just about everybody that's going to watch this.
No, but I mean,
we've got the Jews, we've got the Christians, we've got the.
No, I mean, I'm a Trump supporter, and
I love
and
Israel,
a lot,
by the way.
and
I do too.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that helps us out, and the way I think he's doing is promoting all the good things first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Do
like,
you, so, I mean, you are obviously deep into all, not just
Why would
conspiracy theories, but I mean,
no.
like the attempted assassination of Trump.
yeah,
It doesn't make
Soros.
sense.
It's Soros.
Yeah.
George Soros, man.
Yeah.
He's funding all these wokeism things, and he's funding.
Whatever
all
happened
of
with P. Diddy?
it. He's doing his time.
Well, how much he get?
I think he got like
5
but
years.
he gets out in another year and a half or
I know.
something like that. It's
5 years for all that.
all that.
How many names do you think he had? And
All
what kind
that.
of man? His
And you know why? Because that's why nobody spoke upon it, is because they knew he was going to get out.
yep. I mean, he.
Oh, he killed
And-
Pac. He killed Pac. He tried to kill Jamie Foxx. Back a couple
I-
Christmases ago.
Yeah.
And,
But
Jamie
you
Foxx
can't.
is
But
coming
you
out.
can't prove. I mean, you can't prove that it was him
No, but
specifically.
come on. The life that we've lived, the life that we have led,
Allegedly.
It was a ring of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I wasn't there.
I'm not-
I don't disagree. I've seen what I call ripples, where I see enough ripples. You see enough smoke, there's fire. I see enough ripples. I mean, like the Tupac thing. Tupac was my man,
Yeah.
like millions of people. And so I've watched every
I
documentary.
thought he was the hardest rapper and
Right.
everything. Then I heard his tape that he sent in before, and he's like, So what I was doing that, I was like, wow, where's the gangster in him? I'm like, he's an actor. 100% actor. That's all he was. And I'm like, wow, what else?
But his mom was with the Pink Panther. The Pink Panther.
Oh yeah.
The Black Panther.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Black Panther. Just
Oh
pissed
yeah,
off the Black
she was
Panthers too.
yeah, she was,
Yeah, she was militant.
and all that,
Yeah.
It just shined a light on why Hollywood is the way it is and what they're willing to do.
There's doors that have to be open.
Nobody wakes up and goes, I'm going to be a demonic person on this music video, because it really doesn't matter what they are in that music video. Why are all these things so demonic when a normal person wouldn't wake up doing it? Because that myth, that mythology in life is real. The spiritual warfare is real.
Okay, I use that verbiage a lot. So I absolutely believe in spiritual warfare, but I also, the cloak is hard to take off of what you carry.
Once you see something, you can't unsee it.
No, you can't unsee it, but I do think there's a moment for prayer and meditation, and that's helped me, because you can dive in to do the work like a pastor almost.
If anybody asks me what my church is, there's 2 times a day. The first time I wake up and right before I go to bed, no matter what I'm doing, I don't care how bad I feel or what, I stand outside by myself and I talk to him like I'm talking to a man in front of me. That's my father.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm like, hey man, I had a bad day. This shit, am I going to get this right? Because I got that addiction thing really messed up. So, am I doing the right thing at this point? I don't want to
And do you feel like you hear, or it's more intuitive hearing?
Intuitive hearing. No, it's not physical hearing. It's intuitive. It just.
See, I told you you wasn't crazy.
It's not like I don't hear voices or nothing. It's just, you'll just see, hey, remember this? And something will stick out. And it's be like, you know what? That wouldn't stick out unless that was
intuitive thoughts is what I call it.
And I was too high and to see the signs. There are signs out there. You got to follow them. Got to.
But if there's signs, and if there is a Lucifer, and he is as brilliant as all that we've seen him to be, because it says even in the Bible that he moves as an angel of light, which means he can move like an angel of God.
He is the deceiver of all deceivers.
And he knows the Bible well, which means he can sound like God to me.
He owns all of this
I had
earth.
no idea.
God gave him all of this earth. So everything that we're touching is people. Oh, that's God. No, man. He's got his grip on all of this. All of it. It's for us to choose God and to repent our old ways. And I thought repent was a weird word. I'm like, what does that really mean? Then I'm like, just stop doing what you used to do.
Yeah.
And when I started doing that,
what do you know? Action. Repent was not a word; it was an action.
Yeah, you just
you made a 180.
It was like,
I get so tired of people saying I'm sorry. I get so tired of it.
I'm over it.
Okay, you know why? Because we've walked through the fires and we've looked people dead in their eyes. And in my mind,
that was a bumper sticker in our day. Remember? No excuse.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So there's no such thing.
There's none.
You can't say I'm sorry. No. If you continue to do the same thing over and over, you're not sorry.
No.
So let's get real. For you to get sober together, y'all had to get brutally honest. I mean, brutally, because y'all saw yourselves in the ugliest
and bad. Oh yeah.
And it took.
And we were like, well, what if we get sober and we're different people and we grow apart? No, all those things meshed us together.
Yeah.
Our battle together, all of it makes us more.
I want to circle back around to the PTSD for a minute. So, what do you do to address it?
That's a work in progress.
Are you finding things that work? Breathing. Okay, 4 square breathing.
I have to
remember that.
Be able to just break away and just.
You'll start shaking.
Yeah.
Literally convulsively shaking, and you cannot.
My dad has shell shock from Vietnam.
Yeah.
I literally almost do the same thing he does. And I wasn't in war or nothing. It's just like.
Are you visualizing moments of that at that time?
Not really. It's just my body's such used to crisis mode that my body's been used to it.
Yeah.
All them crises, and my mind hasn't told it. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay this time.
Is there medication you're involved in?
Mm-mm.
So you're dealing with this on your own? You're dealing with the panic attacks on your own?
Yeah, I don't take any medications or anything. Every once in a while, I'll hit a vape pen.
Yeah.
you know, and
Yep. You mean that little
Yeah.
flower that we just cut from the ground and hang
Yeah,
upside down?
yeah.
That one?
yeah.
That, yeah.
And
Yeah.
people say that it leads you to this or that, or you're not
Bullshit.
being real
Bullshit.
sober. You're not really sober. You're this or that.
Bullshit.
I'm like thinking, if you knew me, I'm sober.
If you knew
If
me,
you knew me, I was one of them guys that was riding a bicycle and had a train hooked to it, and
yes.
I thought it was cool.
You
So
were.
that's how bad
In
I
that
was.
world, you were.
I was cool.
You had a pull behind.
Man, I had flashing lights. I
Yes.
had it all. You know,
I
was
walked
that
downtown.
guy.
Yeah, I
You know,
walked
and I'm like,
downtown.
if
Because I
s-
want to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to forget where I came from.
Oh, I can't. I
Yeah.
can't forget.
No, because I got a built-in forgetter. I will forget quick. And when I forget, I'm back on me.
And it only takes, no matter what, it only takes one day to get right
That's
back
it.
to that spot. No matter how much of a kingdom you've built up, that can be gone. in
So
one
what
day.
I love is to listen to you who's never been through AA, and I don't think AA is the end all be all, but it's just a program,
Right.
you know, that I do find to be spiritually based. But what you just said is a direct lineage. You've just named about 4 steps in AA,
Yeah.
and and I mean you're being brought into the sunlight of the spirit, which is a verbiage that's used in AA, and it's through the actions and reaching out to others, and
Well,
then
I've tried to get sober before
Yep.
and do all that stuff, and it
Yep.
never worked. And
Yep.
I kept thinking, well, I went to that nice rehab and did this, and why didn't it work? I tried, and I wanted it more that time. I didn't.
Willpower
do it.
wasn't
I,
it.
No, I didn't do it with God.
because we had some willpower.
I didn't do it with God.
Think about you riding that bike over the bridge or whatever. You had some willpower back then.
Oh yeah.
If you wanted to get your drug,
what?
y'all got that drug.
What?
20 miles a day.
You did
What?
what?
We'd ride bicycles
We ride bikes like 20 miles a day at least.
at least.
Day and night. I mean, yeah, just the story. I'm like thinking, I did that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I could see somebody else doing it, but
Yeah.
that was me.
yeah,
And the person I am now couldn't see that, you know?
yeah.
But I know I did it, and
Yeah.
I've lived it, and I don't want to live that way.
How do your kids deal with that? So they obviously dealt with it. Y'all were in addiction. Were they living with y'all then? Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
was a blessing. Would you disagree with that?
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. No, because, yeah, you're right. I mean, regardless if
I was on the road a
If-
lot.
yeah.
I was glad my kids didn't see some of my struggles.
whether
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
whether I have my child in my life, you know, every day, or they like you one day and the next day don't like you, it's like I know she's safe, she's healthy, I love her, everybody
Yeah.
loves her, and she's gonna do great with
Yeah.
or without my help
Yeah,
because she's that blessed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's already, you know, running things down where she's at, you know, in Palm Coast, and
That's awesome.
25 years old, doing
Yeah.
things I couldn't at
Yeah.
25. You know, I mean.
Are
Bought
you-
her
oh, really?
Oh yeah, she's stepping up.
Do-
She's
and y'all have a relationship today?
not really.
That's okay.
Because she can't get past
That's
the
okay.
death of her mother.
Yet.
You know what I mean?
Yet. They taught me to say
Yeah.
yet.
That's what I
Yeah.
tell him. It's on God's time, not
Yep.
my time.
They taught me to say yet.
And when I'm here, I'll be the better version of myself than I was back then.
That's
so I'm
absolutely
ready.
true. That's
I'm
true.
ready. Anytime she's
That's
ready.
right. Your arms are open and you're
Yep.
ready. You've done your part. Now you have to give her space and allow her to heal at her time.
Mhm.
And that's that. And that's that one little verse I love in the Bible that says, "Be still and know that I'm God."
Yep.
Well, I hate it actually, but I love it after I've gotten through it.
The number
So
one
true.
passage, in the Bible, it says over and over again, "Do not be afraid."
Okay, it's interesting you said that. So panic attacks, is that fear? I don't have an
Yes.
answer.
I would
So
think
are-
it's because
So is everybody that has panic attacks sinning,
no, I think it's because in my case,
or is it consequences of actions?
consequences of, oh my God,
Yep.
I could lose it all.
Yep.
I could be that guy walking the streets again with that loneliness feeling, with no family, no love, no nothing. I never want to feel that again. And
You
it's
know-
scared to go back.
Okay, so fear.
And I up till now, I haven't. Nothing's brought me back to that feeling. I'm scared that something will.
So fear of losing something you have. So I
Without a
always
doubt.
okay. So you've got it now
Before I didn't have
categorized.
nothing, didn't care.
Do you lay that at his feet?
Yeah, without a
Daily?
doubt. I mean, because the blessings that I have with her, you know, it's like I got a marriage. I'm taking care of my father. I'm not rich, but in my world, I'm doing good.
lived with a lot less.
I'm doing really good.
We're comfortable.
Yeah, I could, on a bicycle and some palm fronds in a wooded area. I'm good. Yeah, I did it all.
I knew a girl who had a out near San Pablo, who had a 2-story. She was homeless, had a 2-story tree fort, and she is now running a huge. This guy has many addiction centers, and she went and got her PhD. And I mean, I had a family member. I try to be careful because I had a family member that knew her. So when I had gotten sober, I met her in the rooms. We didn't know we knew each other, and somehow as we got to know it, she was younger. She's younger than you, and she is now reacquainted with her son, who is now 6 or 7. She's flying around the country helping run. I don't know about country, but she's flying around and traveling, helping run these facilities, and she's a brilliant, powerful.
Awesome.
We are creative people. Once we get Once we get ourselves
An
removed,
addict has.
Well, you got to be handed those tools,
yep.
and God will hand them to you.
Well, we're either going to, and do you disagree with this? And please do. My feelings don't get hurt because this is fun to try to figure it out. I had a guy that told me a long time ago, he said, Brett, change your game, not your hustle.
Yeah.
Meaning the ability to bike 20 miles. Now, we don't want to do it, but if I had to go get a job, I know I can do it.
Yep. My mind, that mental, I can do it, whether it's raining, whatever. We had that built in us in Gen X.
Yep.
We didn't have parents saying, oh, you fell down and kiss your boo-boo, because our parents weren't home and they didn't care anyway, basically.
Okay,
so it
so
was like, I think we're more geared for that
I don't
survival.
disagree. I don't disagree with that to the extent, but is it that, or is it the inundation of all the phones and the TV? And now,
without a
now
doubt.
the cartoons, even the old cartoons we grew up with are not the same cartoons.
No.
I remember, and my son's 27 now. I remember sitting down with him and watching
Violence and
Bugs
sex,
Bunny or
they're
whatever.
all into
But I mean, there was violence in
innuendos.
Bugs Bunny back in art. There was the Roadrunner. They were always, shooting him. I thought it was TikTok. I almost said unalive him. TikTok, you can't even say kill. You have to say unalive.
Well,
And so I have to be very
her
careful.
son watches anime.
Oh,
we
my
watched a
boys are
couple-
all in anime.
Yeah, we watched a couple animes. They're pretty dark.
They're very dark.
very dark.
They're very dark.
And they're a little. I wouldn't be wanting to watch that one as an adult. I'm like, man, that's kind of morbid way of fascination. And to a young mind,
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty kind of cool.
Input equals output. We know
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. Let's
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary
Yeah.
because they're all about non-feelings. The anime people are all about non-feelings and raging out. And
So gradualism I believe, is a really great tool. You look at since we're talking Bible, you look at Lot in the Bible where he pitched his tent away, facing away from. Then he got a little bit closer, and then he pitched it towards it. Then he moved a little closer, and then he moved into the city. And I had a preacher when I was a kid that taught on gradualism, and he actually fell in the ministry due to gradualism. And
that's
and I never
provable.
forgot that story.
That's provable. What happened physically provable with the salt. When Lot's wife turned,
I've always wondered about that.
She didn't actually turn. This is what and it makes perfect sense. There was a the big fire in the town. He
Right.
said, "Don't look away, or don't look back."
Right.
And the Hebrew text is what somebody told me because I got into the Hebrew part.
Right.
Says she didn't just look away. She went in the term the Hebrews say she
Walked
went
towards it?
back.
Oh, went back.
She went back, and so
She walked into the fire?
No, she went back to the town, and the whole town was burning, and sulfur was coming from it, and raining down sulfur would turn a person into salt.
Almost mortified.
So it's physically tangible that Bible experience truly happened.
Wow. Never heard that.
Yes, and it's on National Geographic. I watched a lot of that stuff. There's a place over there that literally there's molten glass on the Red Sea. The whole, they're finding chariot wheels at the bottom, all that stuff. So it lines right up with the Bible.
Wow.
Lines right up.
Always
with the Bible.
wondered. I never knew.
And not only that,
almost like God went.
the
"Ping,"
actual
made him salt.
age of the wheels were a certain age because this dynasty had this and that dynasty had that. Nope, it was the exact dynasty. There's chariots all around bottom of the Red Sea, all of it. There's that big spot on the banks. It's all molten glass. That can only happen at past 3,000 degrees. You know what
Wow.
I mean? And what kind of anomaly happens out of the sky? It's like
So
those things are provable, all provable. So that
with your PTSD, try look into 4 square breathing. The Navy SEALs use it. It's in 4, hold 4, out 4, hold 4. In 4, out 4, hold 4, in 4. It's just in through the nose, out through the mouth. They do it when they go. Now, I'm not a Navy SEAL. I'm not close to any of them. I've just, like watch shows.
telling my mind at that minute when I'm going through that.
That's the point.
I can't.
I know, but hang on. That's the point.
Yeah.
You're going to fight through one thing or another.
Yep.
And the thing about those PTSDs is I couldn't either. I couldn't either. And there are times that I still can't, but I'm getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm forcing myself and I have to focus on it so much. And I'll go 1, 2, 3. And all of a sudden the panic or the memory begins to, it's still there, but it begins to fade a little bit.
I think that's what drew me to addiction, because it knocked that, that fear away. And then in a sense of life, it's like, oh, who cares at this point, So that fear came back because I was accountable for things. I wasn't used to being accountable.
And emotions.
You know what I'm saying? I
mean, we
can't. The day I want to flip out.
Emotion. What is this thing coming out
But
here?
I have a
Why?
family now. I can't do the things. I have a family now.
Yeah.
I can't do those. I
Yeah,
can't
but there's a
think
lot
the
of
way I did.
addicts that don't give a damn. I mean, because when you're in your addiction, I mean, like you said, you care, but you don't care. You really,
you're
you
more
care, but
about,
they're below the drug or
Yeah.
the drink.
And that's why
You're
when
numb.
it says
Emotionally and mentally and spiritually,
done,
you're dead.
And I didn't think there was redemption from that. I thought I'm like 20 years of doing this stuff, hardcore, being, way out there in this. A new pair of shoes and a new job is not going to fix it.
I'm gonna offer a suggestion. Yes, I do know. I'm gonna offer a suggestion. It's gonna hit a dead wall for a little while, but keep telling yourself this. God doesn't whisper negative into me.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
So
just like a father, he's the only person that wants to see you succeed.
so
in life. Yeah.
if that's true, and you and I have a logical process, if that's true, then this, ergo that.
I have to have that.
So
that's OCD, by the way.
okay.
You have to have.
Oh my
a
God,
certain,
I got it. Then I
yeah,
got it,
yeah. That's OCD.
Okay. I think there's a lot of people on the spectrum. in
People
some
go,
degree.
oh, that's because you clean a lot. No, OCD is you have to compartmentalize everything, and it has to be a certain way in order you're allowed to do the next step.
Did you have a
in life.
traumatic childhood?
I thought it was fun, but when people
Was there physical
tell me,
abuse? Was
yeah, all
okay.
that by the guy I'm taking care of.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
it was like it's
How
a
did
full
I
circle
know?
Thing. Yeah.
You know why? Because in that world, we have to learn to compartmentalize, and we have to learn to read people. He reads people quick, doesn't he? A twitch of an eye, and he knows, and he's right. And he's right.
Yeah, I'm
80%,
like,
85% of the time.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to. She's like over there having a conversation with him, going, I'm having, nice conversation.
What'd you say? Go ahead.
Her friends and stuff
Right.
like that. I'll be like, I'll just hear a word out of their mouth or something like this, and I'm like, nope.
Okay, so
I don't care if she's your friend or not. We can't do it.
So what I'm understanding is trauma-based youth, you have to be able to read a room really quick, whether you're going to speak or not speak. Are they in this mood? Are they in that mood?
Yep.
Are they
Walk on eggshells.
walk on eggshells?
Yep.
Be seen, not heard. All that kind of
4
stuff.
o'clock could mean different.
You
didn't
had to know
when you walked in
when
that
door
you didn't-
opened, or for me, it was when that door, I was already there, and when the door opened, it was like, okay, what's coming?
Yeah,
And who's coming?
my dad was a Vietnam vet, and I'd come home with SWAT team surrounding it, and he was like flipping out with a gun trying to get SWAT team. I mean, I had
So when you have a child of any age, I'm not a psychologist. Talk to your own psychologist. It's just doing my own research, and what I know and dissecting my life and talking to others, mentors, and other men that have been through it. When you have it at a young age, there's a compartmentalizing that goes on. I'm not so sure that some of what we call OCD is not trauma-based, learning how to survive in a trauma-based childhood.
yes, without a doubt.
And trauma can be many. That doesn't
It's
mean
like this
my
bad
parents
thing
were
happened to-
horrible.
yeah.
I want to say this because I have parents, and and I'm sure one day my families will watch this, and I don't mind talking about the ugly.
Hey, my dad was there. I
Right.
can say he was
But
there.
it
He was
doesn't-
present.
I laughed with my parents,
Yeah.
but it still doesn't mean that there wasn't trauma-based.
Yeah,
You know,
without a
that
doubt.
when, where,
you know, and so I've learned that the negative whispers, they're going to take me where you're going, and I'm going to go through the process, but I keep telling myself, this isn't God talking to me.
No, he doesn't want no
and so it's
negative.
starting to fade. Not all the time, not every time, but I am getting a fading of that.
A
'Cause
year ago, I wouldn't have been able to show up here. I would have
I've been there.
I would have overanalyzed it. I would have
Yep.
been like, oh my God, nobody wants to hear what
Yep.
I have to say. I'm nobody,
Yep.
this, that, and the other. That's the devil coming in,
Yep.
trying to say,
Doubt.
hey, I don't want you to tell the world
Yep.
that, you know,
Your story.
that
Because
there's
you
hope,
can touch people I
that
can't.
there's hope.
Yes.
As bad
Say
as
it
it
again.
gets, dude, as bad as it gets, you can be, like I said, I was that guy, you know, riding a bicycle, you roll your window up to, you know, didn't brush hair, you know, my hair was down to my butt. I mean, at all. I'm not like I'm, you know, great looking now, but I'm a big difference compared to
Mama
what I
says you
was.
sexy.
But you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like a transformation. The people, I see some of my friends that are out on the streets with, I physically feel ill when I'm around them. I can't be around them. You know what I mean? It brings me right to there.
Yep.
And they're looking at me as the same. You know, like, hey, it's, you know, Chad
Yep.
again. What's up, buddy? And I'm like, look, man, I love you, but, you know, in
Yep.
order for my peace, I have to protect my peace. Because once my peace goes down, I got other people relying on me for my peace to make good decisions. You know what I mean? They rely on me. I can't make good decisions if I'm out there wrapped up in that.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
You know?
But that's a discipline
mindset.
that you developed
It's very hard
because you didn't
have
have that
to-
discipline when you were in your addiction. So
No.
where did that discipline get developed? Was it, I mean, did you get out of your addiction and go right into God's word?
Yep, fear.
Fear.
That was another thing, fear of losing the only thing I knew, my father. As bad as where we had it,
At the beginning
it's the
of
only
our
thing I knew.
sobriety, we had absolutely nothing. Like I'm telling you, we had an outfit, and that was it.
We
come
rode
up
our
so
bicycles
far.
up to the soup kitchens and
Mm-hmm.
did all of it. You know, like 5 miles just to get
So
to the
that's
soup
where the
kitchen.
discipline came from.
Mhm.
The
I'm like
guardian
looking at it, I'm like, I just rode a bicycle for a bowl of soup 15 miles at 12 o'clock at night. And you're telling me I can't do this? Man, that's cake. Or, you know, I didn't take a shower for a week and then I had to go over to here and do this and that. Things that, you know, you're just homeless. That was the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
Mm-hmm. How
It
long were you
really-
homeless?
4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we were straight out. It wasn't
Wow.
no like couch surfing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That would have been a blessing.
Right.
If somebody, but we were so bad off. Nobody
I-
would offer it because we're those type of people.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't steal.
Right.
We weren't, you know, like that.
Right.
But we were just into everything that wasn't, you
Right.
know.
You were so bad, even the homeless didn't want to be around you.
No, the people wouldn't. Nobody wanted to help us because they were
I got you.
afraid.
Understood.
Of
Yeah.
they ain't ready yet,
Right.
or you know, we don't want them to steal our stuff.
Well, and she said it. Maybe you weren't ready at that time.
Yeah.
You had to go through what you had to go through. You got there right on time. And you know, even like AA, NA, and all that. Listen, there. Even the big book says be quick to see where others are right. There's many ways of getting sober.
Yep.
And I know people that have never been in any program like you,
Right.
and y'all are two more that have actually done it without. That's why I asked so many questions because I couldn't do that. Yeah, I
I've
had
been to both. You know, I've done both.
You said, okay, enough is enough. We're not getting anywhere.
There's only 2 people that hear you when you say that, and that's you and God.
You know what's interesting is because and the Bible does talk
Like
about
you
us.
said when we first started, there's nobody else in this life that cares, really. I
Yeah.
mean, my wife does,
Yeah.
but not to
Yep.
the point
I
where
understand.
it's like God
Yep.
does. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And at the end of
And
the
we are
day,
his
if I lose
bride.
her, I'm still right back alone again
Yep.
before this world. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to get yourself right, dude, because if not, you're going to be carrying that year
If I
after
put
year.
if I put my spirituality first, everything else that is second will be first class. And I found that to be true. I was taught that, and I found that to be very true. I do daily spiritual maintenance.
It changed my heart and the way I thought things, and then my actions followed.
There it is.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
followed after that.
Now, for me, mine sometimes were actions even without the right attitude.
Oh, I went there charged up. Let's try this new
Yeah.
way. Let's try that.
Some
new
things I
way.
didn't want to do. But they taught me, and like I said, there's many ways. For me, there's some things I didn't want to do. They wanted me to physically get on my knees and pray. And I was like, I mean, I'm 300 pounds at the time. I mean, get on my knees. And when I first
Yeah,
prayed,
your style of praying's different. You
Yeah.
know who you're talking to. You do your little ritual. I have my little ritual.
but
It's your journey, and it's called your.
But see, that worked for
relationship.
you, because for me, it would. If I'd have done the way y'all did, I promise you, because I went 3.5 years without drinking. I set it down, and then I picked. That is my phone. I could have swore I turned that on silent. What do you know, Miss Becky? So she's probably going. How's it going? Is it all good, Miss Becky? It's fine. Thank you very much. She'll watch this.
That guy's got a booger hanging out. You should tell him.
Let me tell you something. Becky has now officially, she don't make no money doing it, but she is my manager. And
She's been on point with everything.
she's a boss. I mean, she's a boss in business. She's
I
a boss.
literally was a rich guy. This is all the stuff that I would have in my house. It is so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is a hidden gem.
Yes, I know. It's
is.
coming.
Because you
Yep.
cannot see it
I
from the
know.
road.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's the only
I
thing.
always passed it for a year. And
I know.
But everything you have in here is
Well,
so
thank
pretty.
you.
I love antiquing.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. That's nice.
This is our favorite
Well-
one for sure.
Chad, you gotta come in.
I know. We hear it a lot. And Beck is
You go some places and you're like, wow, I could have got that from a donation bin
Yeah.
or something. Is this like hideous? It's
Yeah.
like you guys actually look like you put thought into each piece.
I did.
You know what I mean?
Every
You just
space.
didn't get something and
No.
go, here, let's sell it because
No.
I can sell it.
Hopek, if he was
You-
here,
You have a direct purpose with every piece here.
every
That's really-
spot.
yeah.
Yeah. And if Hopek was here when he first lost his leg, I was pushing him through here. There was dirty carpet. There was a hall. There was a wall in that room. And I mean, this thing looked horrible. And I'm walking through and I'm like, there's going to be a podcast here and there'll be a boutique in here, that's where the
Oh,
boutique
so
started.
you were trying to show him your dream, but
Oh,
he
I
couldn't
already
see
saw it.
yet.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah.
saw it when
You
I
saw
walked
it,
through.
but you're trying to
we're
tell him.
Yeah, we're going over 4x4s and dust and dirt.
Rat,
Yeah, and
and
I'm
you're
like, man, there's going to be this.
"Don't mind the rat."
And there'll be
Yeah.
chandeliers and there'll be this huge boutique and we'll have candy and cakes here.
I
and
would not get your personality. This threw me off.
I know.
But that makes you more cooler.
I know.
though.
Well,
it
no,
really
what-
does because you do have an eye for all the nice things.
Oh,
and-
I have a
and you know what I mean?
merchandising. Well, the OCD
Yeah.
is in every little thing, every angle, even where those things. I can tell if they're. Now I know I messed up the elephants. Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, I messed up the elephants because there was a big buzzing. You'll hear it for about 10 minutes. There was a buzzing in our ear.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew what it was, so I'll fix it later. But Becky has it too, and Becky had a traumatic. Has a great family, but she also had a trauma. There is a.
Was that the lady that we spoke to?
Yeah,
that one
Miss
day?
Becky,
Yeah, she's
and
cool.
she's the young lady that owns the boutique here too.
Yeah, she has all the glass. All the glass. Yep. Yep.
And she is. You need good people with you. I can't do all this, run y'all down and find. She's now helping me even find guests, and the chamber's
I
been
wouldn't-
dynamic for
yeah,
us.
I can't even get up in the morning without her.
Yeah.
I mean, I hand her the phone and
Yep.
she does all the faxing, and
I was going to ask you something.
I can't do
Because
none
you and I
of
are
that.
so freaking alike. Do you wake up angry? Let me ask her. Does he wake up angry?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I wake up angry because I'm not prepared. I haven't.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have to have like a nice.
So if you don't let him
comfortable
run his
routine.
cycle, yeah.
Chad doesn't go to bed until 2 or 3 o'clock.
I don't
I
either.
can't sleep.
I can't stop.
I sit there and watch TV and I'm looking over
Okay,
reels
but-
and I'm looking at books.
Okay,
and-
you're not meant to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll say it for the first time ever. I'll say it live. You're not meant to sleep. 3 to 4 hours is good for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't do more than that.
Okay, listen to me. You're not meant to sleep. I get 3.5, 4 hours, and I wake up. Yeah, we're not meant to sleep.
Feeling like I missed out on something.
You have
You
two.
know, like-
do you feel like you have 2 days there? Everybody's one.
Yeah.
Does time
I'm
is
right,
time
yeah.
slow for you?
Yes.
I walk. in
I'm on to
circles.
something. I don't know what it means yet. Just
Yeah.
hang on.
It means neither
What
of
if I
us
told you I had it?
slow.
Okay, I don't have it yet to show it here yet. What if I told you I had an actual equation? I will send it to you. Don't show it to anybody.
Okay.
Promise?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not ready to put it out, and I've put valuations to this. I
But you
haven't
want to
actually.
see if it actually takes.
I want you to. I want you to. I want you to shred it. I want you to shred it. I'm going to tell you the valuations. An actual equation to serenity. And with equations, I videoed
formula.
a formula.
Yeah.
Why do we get more time in our day because we have?
I don't know. I know. I'm not saying that my time's. I just time to God is a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. So
Yeah.
I'm not looking to stretch time. I just with
I
the
think that they call it an
At 4
archaic
o'clock,
rhythm. The
yeah.
archaic rhythm. I think with our heartbeat sets this. It's like a metronome for. Our
I don't know
time.
yet. I for me now you may know, but I
You know,
don't know.
'cause
I'm
animals,
just
their
now.
heartbeats are faster and they live less, so it's a metronome for time for them. You know what I mean? Like our time's based on our blood flow and our perception and everything, which is
Well,
based on our.
and why did they make Saturday Sunday the end of the week when Saturday was the beginning of the week? And I think it's
Yeah,
all
the
to
true
get us
Sabbath is Friday night to Saturday
right.
night.
And I think that personally it feels like to me to get us out of a rhythm with nature and with God, which God isn't.
Yes,
You know,
because it gives you that time to go relax without God and spend your money. And He did that on purpose.
and then I mean our time changes and all. I mean,
right,
it doesn't
it's like
happen with that
Friday and
calendar.
Saturday night. If you're at home doing what you're supposed to with your family, you're not out with all those evil things. And that's the reason why He said doing the Sabbath was the most important thing you could take away.
You should have went live right here. You should. You
I know.
should.
I was thinking I should have brought my tripod here. And
I usually have it. Yeah, you should go live. Feel free. Anyways, but what is it all for? Why, if there is a whole nother side that is doing all that for, obviously I believe in spiritual warfare, but I can't figure out why.
Because when
than-
we choose God, we can't be stopped. They have no power over us.
Golly, man, you are bold. You're saying stuff
You know
I
what I
never
mean?
would
They
say.
have
I
no
agree with
power over
100%.
Because once I
accept
started
it.
walking with God, you can't tell me.
I know
nothing,
exactly what
dude.
you're talking about. You can't
I
tell
don't
me
care
nothing.
if you're Trump. You're
I know
this,
exactly what
you're
you're talking
that,
about.
You're this dude. I answer to one person.
Well, there's a
what I
boldness
mean?
that comes in.
Yeah,
Tim Tebow, his
and
father.
that's why Hebrew is so cool because it's like he's called the mighty one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Elohim.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm giving you these names, Father and Elohim, mighty one, because God and Lord have been given to men by other men. I don't want those names. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to be handed a lot of information.
Yeah, I get sporadic stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, it's
how
because
am
you
I
spin a
supposed
lot
to-
of plates, and I think that's where I go and I make sure I get my.
I do spin a lot of plates.
Yeah, it's where I make sure I spend 5 to 10 minutes because the Bible says prayer and meditation. So I make sure I spend 5-10 minutes in the sun, and that 10 minutes turns to 20, and I'm spending time not thinking, shutting up, and every thought that comes in my head, I visualize it. Mine goes right to left. I don't know why, but it does, and I visualize it just floating by, and I visualize my mind not grabbing it, and I let it. It's hard. It's gonna be really hard at first, but try this, and I visualize it going by. And I sit there and I try to pay attention to the little things in nature. I'll find a little lizard, and I'll watch every little every little
Like
movement.
that, I try to tell you, there's an archaic rhythm to nature
There is,
that slows things
but
down.
when I do that,
yeah, you get
I
closer.
start getting intuitive thoughts.
Yeah.
And the little whispers from a story you'll
The
say on
noise
here.
of the world goes
Yeah,
away, and you're
the
able
white
to.
noise.
It's nature and God breathing
It's
you.
my little bubble is what I
Yeah.
call it. I create a bubble.
I do.
And
That's what I
Now
do.
to me, it's
first
not a
thing,
physical bubble because
No, ask her.
my
You
kids can
see-
burst that
she
really
thinks I'm
fast.
weird. I'm out there, doing this up to the sky and all this stuff. I have my walk around my tree, every morning and every night.
But see, I think what that does is it's discipline for you, and
Obedience.
well, our brain is tissue, right? And you have the receptors, and they shoot it. I called them zzz before I knew really what it was. We've talked about this a few times on here. When your brain fires to tell your hand to move, there's a electrical current that goes from somewhere to somewhere. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So we build habits because the currents keep going, and it builds deeper and deeper in our tissues. All right, this is scientific. You can look this up. I watched some documentary years ago. So to change a habit to not become an addict, you had to start with a really hard, thin channel and change the
That's
the
why
pattern.
I think, those things are genetic. I really
Yeah.
do. Those precursors to
Yeah.
addiction and all that stuff.
I don't think we have to accept it.
No, we don't.
And that's where I think I went from what do they say,
'Cause
a
at the end of the
cucumber
day,
to a
there's
pickle.
no excuses. There really not.
Yeah, no,
There's
no,
not.
because there's plenty that have.
Everybody out there is facing something has to do something and has done it
Yep.
sober, so there's no excuse.
Yeah.
It really isn't. You know what I mean? It's like it just compounded all my problems. Once I got away from it, I didn't realize how easy some of these things that I thought were monumentally not,
You have no idea how you're saying AA. There's a saying in AA that says a simple solution for complicated people. And
Yeah.
that's so true. My life was so complicated. And today, with all the chaos that's going on in my life, it's actually really simple. I can only deal with this right now.
Things
And
that
I got plans.
things that I would have crumbled. That would have crumbled me in a day. I would have been like, I would have froze and been like, I can't do it. This is it. Now it's like, wow, I can not only do that, but I can have like 10 plates going at one time. And
Look up 9-step promises, please. AA's 9-step promises.
yeah, I've never been to
keep telling
AA.
me.
I know.
Your jaw's going to drop here in just a second. You're literally, it just hit me. You're spitting out the 9-step promises, and they're not coming to mind right now. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna have your bride.
Yeah, I think I went to like a couple 3-day programs. That's like
Well, somehow
the only thing I don't get with them is they are saying you have to be broken for the rest of your life. I'm an addict for the rest of my life. So
It's
you're
interesting.
already tagging yourself
I've heard that before.
something because I'm not the person I used to be.
Okay, I've
at
heard that
all.
before.
I've grown. You can put all the drugs in the world in front of me, dude. All the money and all the problems. You could take my dad and
Keep
do all the
Did you find
horrible
it?
things in life.
Hand it to him.
So it's like death, all the bad things that could, your worst fears can come to true. And I could unequivocally tell you I'll never go back.
Yeah, it's not reading it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's this,
It's okay.
I'll
Hang on.
never go back.
Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up because I really want you to hear this, and it may be for somebody else too because it's really strong in my head. 9-step promises. You're free. Yeah. Promises. Oh. AA. All right, here we go.
You have to know your own limitations too. What situations not to put yourself in. People go, I'm just going over to see my friend. Well, this friend's going to come over and this is going to happen. Or this person is going to start stuff by having them come over. Eventually, the cops are going to show up, this, that, and the other. None of those things are good. So it's might as well stick at home and all them friends you thought you were friends are not, because all my true friends are like, dude, you're doing great, man. Keep it going. They don't even want to come visit me because they know they're not in the place yet.
Yeah.
They don't want to come over and be like, hey.
Isn't that interesting? I've heard that.
I have friends that are that respectful,
Yeah.
that are still using, that are like, dude, I don't want to come by because I don't feel like I'm good in your life right now.
Listen
I
to this.
respect that so much. I have some friends that I've known since I was a kid that I wish, I beg all the time, dude, if you just don't know what you're missing out on the gift, bro. I mean, you just don't know. And
You just keep living it though.
yeah.
I think through a living.
And I try to tell them, on Facebook and everything, look, dude, little milestones and steps that me and that person used to talk about.
Yeah.
Where are we going to eat next?
Yeah.
And now they're seeing the fruits. People go, how can you have blind faith? I don't have blind faith. I see the fruits everywhere I go of what he can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen to this. I want you to listen to this. This is the 9-step promise. If we were painstaking about this phase, which really for you, your phase is sobriety, through the Bible and spirituality, right? Of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. I mean, you're not totally done growing yet.
No.
Right? We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity, and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see our experience can benefit others. That feelingness of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We will, this is the part I love. We will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. we will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves.
Exactly.
And you have literally spit the 9-step promise. Go and read it. It's
Yeah,
been real
that's-
fun for
you
me.
just said everything that my life just in a blink.
Well, I didn't. They did.
No, but I'm saying
yeah.
that's, man.
You know what I love?
I've never heard that. For me to live it
Yeah.
without that structure,
Yeah.
and then to hear it is like, wow, that dude was right there. You know what I mean?
This book was written by 100 people. It wasn't written by just
That's
two.
the only hang up that I have
Yeah.
is they put that thing on, you're broken forever.
Yep.
I don't believe
I don't
that.
disagree with that. Now, for me, I go to meetings a lot. When I go, it's to fish. I'm looking for the sick. I'm looking for the next sick Brett, because the 12th step is reach out. What you do,
Right.
it's to find that next knucklehead that's coming in there with black eyes and wondering what am I going to do. And I go, hey, you come here.
Yep.
And sometimes they
The
only
thing
stay
that
with me for a
scares
week.
me about that is I need to know where they're at. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like,
Don't change a thing. Hang on, time out for a second. Don't go to you. Stay right
Yeah.
where you are.
oh yeah,
You're in a good spot.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
listen. This is just for me.
Yeah.
What I was saying was, I think the reason I read the 9-step promise was how you got to it, and it wasn't a program,
no,
and you got to the same blessed results that I've gotten to, and so it shows that
that's
God-
exactly the way to do it.
God will meet us. God
Yeah.
will meet us where we are.
Yep.
And we're going to go whatever path He knows is going to work best for us if we allow Him to lead. And,
Yeah.
and I don't always know how to.
Whoops.
I do it all the time.
God made me live
Point-
the 9th step.
Point that right at you.
God made me live the 9th step.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He didn't have to say, hey, this, and a guy
Yep.
told me this.
That's
and
what I
why
find cool.
Yeah.
Because that's my point. Is you literally have skill sets I don't have. Because I had to have a little 5-for-5 winter washer walk and tell me that over and over and over and over again. And you and her have walked and figured this out with the Bible and on your own. And I find that very fascinating.
I got scared that.
Because I knew the Bible very well.
Yeah. I knew I could do it just because I'm one of those stubborn people. I told her, I'm not going to do it without you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you get sober, and I'm not going to do it. That'd be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we can't not do this.
How many times have you talked about writing a book?
A lot of people tell us to do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have some stories, that probably couldn't even go on this air, and just
I'll give you some.
my boss shot her.
I don't want to say it on here because I don't like telling everybody my business,
Oh, yeah.
and how I get things done. But you were already using one of them when you were searching. It can do it. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It helps me.
Like that.
I'll write a letter
Yep.
and it'll reformat it.
I use that. I use it.
I love it.
It will reformat because I'll say I want this to be more kind because my voice and my tone is very text is very dry.
I'm
I want it to sound professional.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like all these things in my head sound great.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, it takes my now. That's where we using the tools of the devil for good. Because I'll go listen. I have vendors. I'll go listen. I own an antique store, and I'm writing this letter to vendors that are part timers. I want this to be professional, firm, but kind. And then I let it. And I'm lazy now. I don't even type it where it's spelled correctly. My fat fingers will hit something. I leave it. It can read it like that. Scary.
I used to be very good at technology, and then she surpassed me, so I just hand it over.
Well, let me tell you
I
something.
just hand it over. I'm like, if anything happens to her, I'm screwed.
I keep saying this. AI is going to change the game
Yeah.
in the next 24 months.
People are getting canned left and right because
But it's going to create more.
yeah,
And
without a doubt.
I think Joe Rogan said this. I want to make sure this didn't
It
come from
will.
me. I do too. I love Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah.
That's why I bought his mics and
He's
everything.
getting more spiritual as time progresses.
Well,
he was
he's
totally an atheist.
he's a
going to
truth
church
seeker.
now.
He's a true. Well,
Yeah.
Jelly Roll. Okay, so
Yeah.
there is in my opinion, there's a spiritual awakening happening,
Without a doubt.
but it's the young people. So I don't totally agree with what you
The
said.
Hebrew meaning for that, there's,
People that are getting this spiritual connection.
Mhm.
It's like, wow.
you know what
When we were young,
only the Jewish people have a saying for that. It's called the Ruach HaKodesh, the set apart spirit. That's where they got the word Holy Spirit from. No, it's the set apart spirit called the Ruach HaKodesh.
I don't know. I remember. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember when I first.
And that's God's relationship with you, and that He's awakening something through some word where he gives you information where you don't even know where it came from. Like, why am I seeking out Hebrew and all this other stuff, dude? I mean, like, really? I was a surfer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, what am I trying to look up? You're a remnant, meaning he had done this before, and he's awaking all the soldiers to get ready. And in order to get ready for a spiritual war, he wants you to be alone so you can sit there and hone your skills as far as, you know, getting ready for a battle of spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? And that's like, you know, if I would have had all those things, all those bad demons and stuff coming in my house, I don't think I would have been as far progressed if I didn't have that time alone to step back away from everybody.
I don't disagree.
You know? If I didn't, I think it would have turned out a lot differently. Like you said, I have to have that that's, you know, set apart time during the day where it doesn't
Mine's
matter
early
what's
morning.
going on, early morning. And
I do
and
Tai
nighttime.
Chi. I like swing my arm. I get blood flow going in my body. I do squats.
Yeah, I thank God. All the things that I'm scared about.
I multitask, so I'm talking to him while I'm squatting.
I talk to him just like I would my dad.
I do too.
I'm scared about this. What do I do? In the morning time?
But you have a healthy fear. Your fear, I don't think, this is just what I'm hearing. I don't think your fear is like, based. You have that. But I think that is a healthy fear. My brother taught me how to fight out of fear. He was a good fighter in the young days. And he never fought happy and casual. He always fought afraid. That guy, if he gets up, he's gonna hurt me or what. And I
that's what happened to me.
I learned
I
that.
have no teeth. I mean, yeah.
You lost that one?
Yeah, but I mean, that's how far I would take it. I'd take that one word back when I was younger, and I'm like, I got to fight to the death to prove to this dude.
I've been there.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
do.
why? I'm like, now? I'm like, I don't go to stores late at night. I ain't bumping into nobody. I ain't.
Not running in those.
First time we've been out, well,
Nope.
it's dark.
This is the latest we've been out probably in about 4 years, just because, you know, you see what happens out there.
Well, but I think you were back in a, you know, I think there was a cocoon there of healing, and now you're beginning to reemerge.
Yeah.
And I think you're doing it at a slow pace, and I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a counselor, by the way, but I have been sober, and I've been sober 11 years. And I remember the first 3 months, man, I could barely leave the house. I would sit there, and we had upper windows above our window. And I would sit there and look. Luckily, I had a business that was running, and Dawn was helping me. You know, she was running the store at that time, and I had a little window, and I could see the trees and the sun. And that's the only from the TV and the front door and that was my outside. I had a back door right there, but I would spend so much time in the bedroom, and I just couldn't move, and it was depression. I didn't know.
Yeah, it grips you. It literally physically holds you down. From not being able to function.
I'd never dealt with that in my life.
Yeah,
Didn't know. I didn't go to anybody. But now, and then I remembered when I first started getting out where you are, and my first getting out to meetings, my first going.
We've been on trips to New York and done all that stuff, but I'm really
Well, you have
reserved.
somebody. Mine was a loner.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing I didn't know anybody. So when I went to go meet a bunch of guys, it was just me and a bunch of guys I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was, you know.
Nothing ever good comes.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about as I was getting sober, even with
okay,
mentors. So good guys, but I didn't want to be around them either. I wanted to be alone.
Yeah.
Well, isolation is our greatest enemy for me. And so I
At
can't.
times it can be.
Yeah, I can't isolate. I can't allow myself to isolate because then I get in my head. And
those demons will come back, crawling back.
Well, my best thoughts got me in those rooms.
Yes.
My best thoughts got me in front of a judge. So I have men today that I run ideas through. Miss Becky's somebody I run ideas through. I mean, I have ladies and men. I have mentors in different areas. Becky's a good businesswoman.
I know who to ask for what situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? To get the right answer. Like, you know. Yeah. It took me a while, but it's like, all this is, you know, to let somebody know is how hard ever life is. You'll get through it or you'll die, but you'll get through it.
One word you gave, hope.
Yeah.
You had no hope.
None.
And somewhere through the action
In fact, I didn't want it to be hope because hope would have just
Didn't even
kicked
want
me
it
in
to
the
work.
ass again.
I didn't want sobriety to work. You know, I didn't really know
I didn't
that.
think it was possible because I'm like, if I got a lot of money and hung out with a bunch of women and this, that, and the other, how could I not want to do that?
Yep.
It changed my heart because you could give me all the money in the world and all that. And I'm like, yeah, but she can't do what my wife does.
Yep.
or this and that, you know.
Yep.
I can't have that with this person, or money with that. Money's won't last, and this, that, and the other. What I have is unbreakable.
Yeah.
You know, my relationship.
But I think it's unbreakable because, from what I've heard from you tonight, I think it's unbreakable because you do the daily maintenance.
yeah,
And
it's
that's
a
what I
lot
was.
of maintenance.
Yeah, because ours is based on daily spiritual maintenance. I
Yeah.
get on my knees. I do my third step prayer. I do a little reading out of the big book. I read the Bible. I call another brother or sister, or I send a text. Something that
People
is
that
thinking
go to
of
church
others.
think I'm weird. A lot of people that go to church.
Well, they
are
thought
like,
John the Baptist was weird,
Yeah,
but now you
he's
also have to
still
be
alive.
careful.
He's still alive.
John the Baptist.
Yeah. He goes, why would God say, what is it to you if I keep him alive till I come back?
Oh, he's still alive.
Why would he say that unless he was going to keep him alive? till he
I don't
come
know.
back?
You're getting
He
deep
just
now.
he just came out of nowhere. It
John-
says, because somebody was saying.
So you think
well,
he's like driving a
they were all
hybrid
mad.
somewhere?
No, they were all mad at him or something. The stories that I've been told is they were all mad at him. Well, why is John this? And God looks at it and goes, well, what is it to you if I keep him alive until I come back?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you to question me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't ever call his mother. He called
Right.
his woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? She
Uh-huh.
was no longer his mother. You know what I mean? So those things right there let me know the word is real.
Okay, that helps me because, like, for me, I can get drilled down so
You can't
much.
write something like that.
You
Him
can't.
calling his mother woman.
But I can get drilled down so much. I miss the broad message for me, and so I have to be careful because I went through the rabbit holes, and it is. I mean, you'll be up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It gets absolutely exhausting. And then
King James, right before he wrote the Bible, he was the foremost author on satanic rituals, all of it. All of it. Witchery, all of it.
The pagan
Cults,
Yep.
all of it. He wrote all of it. Then
Yeah.
he wrote the Bible, and he kind of tailored it.
Yeah.
If you read the earlier Bibles and stuff, he tailored, and you can see why he tailored things. He removed God's name 6,000 times and replaced it with Lord and all that stuff. There's this, and you'll see why. I mean, as I know these little pieces, I can see why. It's all geared to pull us away.
What do
Everything.
What do your kids think? Like drilling down like you do, because I know you send them. YouTube videos.
Oh no, I just do that to her and my friends. I just do that to them.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I have a lot more questions. I want to wait till I have this set up where we can pull things up on
Okay.
on the internet.
Yeah.
And I want to do some drilling down on some of the stuff you said tonight, and then have you back on, and talk more.
All right.
Because you have this is just the tip.
Oh yeah.
My question is, till next time.
Okay.
But what do we do with this? So that's what I'm looking for. What is all this information? What do I do with it? And I don't need an answer right now, unless you have one. But I'm not looking for you to like answer. Huh?
I
Okay.
think finally what I do with it is just basically man, that's a hard
Okay,
question.
so
Yeah.
I know. So I do that sometimes. I want you to just chew on it for a while, and if it comes, text me. If not, or Becky, or I'd rather you wait till the next time we sit down.
All right.
And then because I don't have that answer. I don't have like this. I never
Well, it'll
asked.
take time for people to go, oh, he's crazy. I'm gonna check this out. And
Yeah.
they'll say that, this fact is wrong, but the gist of the story.
Listen, I
You know
have
what I
had
mean?
people look at me so goofy. And
They're like, hey, you didn't, that
the-
was a merchant ship. It wasn't a World War II ship, or something
Yeah.
to that effect. But yeah, I'm
the
wrong.
13-month calendar. I mean,
Yeah.
I believed it, and then when I saw all this information, went back and found it in the Bible.
I
where
hear
he-
these things. And
where he
that's what
says
happens.
42 months, and it's 1,260 days, which is what 13 months is at 28 days each on a month, equals that exactly. Our calendar, the Gregorian calendar, does not equal that, and it's
Yep.
in the Bible.
Yep.
So they were using the 13-month calendar.
And why would you take away
But why
from
didn't God
nature's
say it?
calendar? Yeah.
Why wasn't it more clear? So that's the
Well, God also says that
his
you're
ways are not my
going to
ways.
call me Jesus, and you're going to accept me as Jesus, but you ain't going to accept me as the name I came down in my Father's name. I came down in my Father's name. That's another fact I can't get past. I came down in my Father's name, and you did not receive me. I came in down in another Jesus, and you received him.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Nathan, help me.
So he
Nathan
told,
Dowd's a viewer too.
he's told everybody ahead of time this was going to happen.
Yeah.
The narrow gate.
Yeah.
Well, 2/3 of the world's not a narrow gate, is it?
Yeah. No.
Isn't, because Christianity's taking over the world right now. It really is, and rightfully so. That there's a revival of God. That's great.
We'll see what happens with it. I
Yeah.
don't know if has it taken over the world. I don't know that yet. I don't want to start naming religions, but I know in Brazil,
Christianity's taking over quite a storm because Islam is moving in, and we're going to be dealing with that real soon.
yeah. Have you ever heard that Christian was used as a derogatory term
Yep.
towards believers?
Well, the cross was
Right,
made up-
obviously.
was a made up guy thing from Constantine. He had a dream, and he used it as a war sign.
But that would mean the Bible was not accurate.
Well, Christianity and all those things. I mean, God flipped tables. I mean, Jesus himself.
I agree.
He flipped tables when he
Yep.
came in and seen what was happening.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So people are like, well, go to church, this and that. Jesus didn't come here to establish a religion.
Yeah.
He came
Interesting.
here to establish a covenant and to free man from sin.
I believe this. Whatever the details are, I believe that whatever this higher power is that I call God, I believe he can define himself for people. So I don't get
Yep.
too tied up in it. But I also believe that we can get so caught up in religion and facts,
We'll miss the whole
miss the
thing.
whole thing. And I want to make sure that I understand,
That's
life.
why I spin so many plates, so I can get all of it.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And
But
I'm
what
not-
do I do with it?
yeah.
Chew on that till
Yep.
next time.
Okay.
And we will get what an they are going to love this. You're going to enjoy watching this. This was good. Where you think we bounce around, and there'll be sometimes we do. I don't
Yeah.
care. Listen, it's just me and you talking. But the stuff you gave me tonight, I mean, there's nuggets in here.
Okay.
The hope alone, I try to take at least one thing from everybody. And most people, like you and others, I've gotten 5, 6, 8, 10 things.
I ain't a millionaire. I don't have like this crazy badass business, but I've got paid off Cadillacs and $500,000 house and
Yeah.
a regular job.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
But wouldn't you say,
And I didn't ever think that my mental state or my soul would be happy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was so wrapped up into drugs that I was constantly. You almost got used.
You
to
had no
being-
hope.
You got used to that uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
You looked for it.
Yep.
When something
I
good would
understand. Yep.
happen, you destroy it because
Yeah.
you knew that bad feeling.
You
were
knew
used
you
to
knew
it.
how to operate in
Comfortable.
that
You got
world.
comfortable in that.
You knew how to operate in that world.
You got-
And I didn't know
yeah.
how to operate in a world where there was no chaos. It's controlled chaos. I liked it. I could hide in there.
Yep.
And then when I got in this world that was really quiet and normal, I was like, this is weird.
I made better decisions.
Bang. Yeah. Thank you so much for tonight.
All right.
Yeah, I look forward to having you back on. We're gonna have a mic sitting over there by you next time. No, listen, we heard you, but I don't think they missed everything, but we'll pick up on a lot of it too. But you were a great input. Thank you.
Or if you're at Walmart, you'll hear her screaming at me.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you folks like this and like what you hear, make sure that you come back and like and subscribe and tell your friends. We'll see you on episode 45.
Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work.
You can
Grinding all
dance.
day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick, yes.
I didn't say I could.
Yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else.
Hanging on the edge.
That is a good song. That's a great intro.
Oh,
Perfect.
it speaks. No, we're still hot. So hang on one second. It speaks to me in a lot of ways.